Hello.
Hello.
Here we are. Hello, everyone. Oh my god, so much good news in chat, I see. Hey,
Yeah.
Congratulations on your job.
Hello, Faf.
Hello, Faf.
Hello, Goose.
Hello. I'm going to call you Pebbles, but if it's Pebbles, Fennec Cat 25 as a full name, do let me know.
Yeah. You'll
Good
have
to
to
see
say
you here.
if yes, hello. And hello, is it? And hello, Ganondorus. And hello, the great Skenaduo. Magnus McGriddle was definitely very crispy
God.
fried.
He was. That omnibus took care of all that. Okay, I'm gonna probably everything is broken right now. Oh my god, the game, it is still working.
Game is still working. That's a Christmas miracle. I can't use a Christmas miracle anymore because it's December and it doesn't sound ironic anymore. I can only use a Christmas miracle like pre-September, I think is my cutoff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like post March.
Yeah, kinda. You can late February you can start using it again,
yeah.
I think. So,
Congratulations on your new job, AZ. I hope that's successful and everything you dreamed of it.
Yeah.
That's really great, genuinely.
Yes. I sounded so unsincere there.
Oh, did it?
No, I sounded sincere, not you.
Oh my god,
not you. Jeez.
I hate
Ours does. Still here.
Yeah. Ours
the
is
bus
just
is forever here.
Perpetually burning.
Yeah.
Our Lord and Savior Omnibus.
I've been kind of impatient to get on with this case.
Yeah, you have. Oh, speaking of impatience and cases.
Oh god,
we
yes.
realized today that Tuesday and Wednesday falls over Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
So we cannot.
In week after next. So we will not be streaming
we
week
would love
after
to.
next on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We would really love to, but sadly we cannot. And then of course then that is the same for Tuesday. After that it's going to be Christmas Eve. New Year's Eve.
Do we really have to go?
We really have to go. Yes. But we can do the Wednesday.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to either, but we'll have to. So.
I love spending time with people. Anyway. Sometimes you gotta suck it up and spend it with people you don't want to be spending time with. Oh god.
Socket doesn't want to hang out with my parents, to be fair, nor do I. Oh, is the delay got weird?
Yeah, I think I put it in a different USB port and the delay's all fucky.
That'll do it.
Oh god, I forgot we have to start with these guys.
Oh yeah, those guys.
We just had like Van Ziek's take his own
Did you
defense.
not realise Skenaduo was talking about Ace Attorney? Oh yeah. No, old Magnus McGilded burned to death in the omnibus at the very beginning, starting off, well, the whole omnibus situation.
Okay, chat, who do you guys think the Reaper is?
Yeah. Have we had any more thoughts about who the
currently
Reaper is?
on team it's Gregson, actually, after all.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion. Like, what is it? We went away and theorized some, and I think the professor has to be
Van Ziek's brother. Yeah, it has to be. At this point, it's too.
I think
everything is set up.
Your guess is the guy who's just to the right? Yeah. You
know
know
what?
My God, Socket
Beppo.
agrees with you. Oh,
Beppo. Yeah.
The omnibus driver from the
right.
case. Yeah. He's been here the whole time. You think Clint was the professor and the warden is the Reaper? Yeah. I think that's pretty reasonable.
But I also think that this guy's the warden.
Yeah, this guy's definitely the warden for sure.
Like,
he's got
stupid hair.
He's got the same
hair.
Stupid hair. Like, I don't know what's happened to him, but I think he's wearing a mask.
Somebody tried to strangle him, I think. But he looks like this guy.
But yeah, he definitely looks like this guy wearing a stupid mask or prosthetics, or he's been punched. I don't know.
But that lip
he's trying to be one of those like TikTok stars with the lips. He got his fillers.
He sure
do you think his filler went wrong? Do you think he went to one of those like?
Is that why he disappeared and didn't show up to his wife anymore?
I think that's what it is. He went to get his fillers did, and the person who did it was just like an unqualified tech that he found on TikTok. And his fillers went all wonky, and now he can't show his face in public. So he's pretending that he's just a street vendor.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the ass man we do not talk about. Yeah.
Mr. Assman he wasn't safe even at a public fairground.
Oop.
Okay, cool.
Well, I guess we start.
Lovely, brilliant.
Oh yeah, his name was Gossip. I forgot about that because he. Remember when the judge and the rest of the court made us pay this fucking man?
I do remember
gossip?
that for absolutely rubbish gossip as well. At the very least, the warden was an accomplice. At the very least, he knew what was going on. But I think the thing is, okay, we had a whole reason why we thought it was actually probably somebody like Gregson. Or at the very least, Gregson knew who it was.
Well, yeah. Also because the way he talked to Gina.
Yeah.
And he always seemed to be on the cases.
Yeah, the cases that we also proved the people beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
Like, and actually found who did it.
Yeah.
Those people were all unharmed.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, sure, it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, they all went off to different countries except Gina didn't.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
perhaps jam is it? Yeah.
Perhaps he also wanted Gina, basically. Yeah, I don't know. Like.
But yeah, or alternatively, he knows who the Reaper is, and he's trying to like. Yeah. But I think Gregson knows more. Oh, and I was wondering if anybody could remember. It's just like really, really rubbish jam. Really, really terrible jam, like the really cheap stuff. You know that they used to put the wooden pips in. Vacuum that got lipped also tried to strangle him. Yeah, that's his excuse, and he's sticking to it, officer.
This is going ways direction I don't want to think
but
about.
No, the telegram, the Japanese telegram. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The government secrets thing. Like I can't remember what order the names were in.
No.
But don't telegrams usually have like the name of the person they're addressed to?
Yeah.
On there, maybe.
Kinda, yeah.
So, what if? Because it was in Japanese. It was like Japanese Morse code. What if it was actually to Kazuma?
Yeah.
And it was giving him the names of the people who were involved in the case where his dad was like framed.
Which would make sense.
Which would make sense, right? So it's like to Kazuma. Hey, these are the people. And Gregson was there, Wilson was there, and then so was A. Shin, who was the person who murdered Wilson. And then got murdered herself.
Yeah.
And the only one of those, like I don't wondered about that, because like, why would there be a Japanese Morse code telegram being sent while Kazuma was like, on the sea as well? Because that was while we were traveling. Given that the McGilded case was literally just as we got to London.
Yeah.
So just the other case was like after that. But anyway, hey-o, Dio.
Hello.
We'll start soon. We were just going through theories.
Yes.
What about you, Dio? You got any more theories?
Murder theories.
Murder theories! But yeah, I'm wondering if the telegram was addressed to Kazuma. That kind of occurred to me.
Kazuma
he must understand English too, but like
when it comes to like sending it across, it's possible that the decoder.
Yeah, maybe they just kind of decided that, I don't know.
And still, Susato's dad is sus.
And also, where's the judge gone?
I don't know where he is.
He's just disappeared.
I mean, he's just sightseeing London. Or something.
I hope that's what he's doing. I don't know, because of course he's also involved from 10 years ago.
Yeah, I bet he will just show up in this case somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, hello! Look at me and my fabulous beard.
No, right? But yeah, no, if Gregson does end up being the Reaper, Gina is just going to have a meltdown, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was trying to think of who, like, the least likely person was of the people who were around 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And short of it being Van Zieks, actually, I think Gregson is the one that so far I would suspect the least.
Yeah. I honestly think...
Who had the opportunity.
Yeah. It's also like, come to think of it, it's like, who actually wanted Van Zieks to take the blame for the Reaper? because it's kind of put like a fucking target on his head full stop, because he's been under constant attack as a result.
But then Strongheart could also be behind it.
Well, I think Strongheart wants to get rid of Funzeeks.
And I think Strongheart does want to get rid of Funzeeks. I think he's obviously got to be like linked to it. I think if anybody's pulling the strings, it's Strongheart.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. And who's to say what Pop Windybank was up to 10 years? That's true. Very true.
Good point.
Broker and all that porn.
Yeah.
With a W.
Tut tut. Anyway, so do you want to...
I'm just putting off voicing this guy, if I'm quite honest.
Do you need me to do it?
No, hang on. Let me just grab my lower lip and make this more convincing.
This is gonna end up like Birdley.
This is gonna end up like Bird? Was it
Birdsley?
Birdsley? I forget. Anyway, yeah. I want more in Delta Rune soon.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, get on that. I can't do it.
Don't. Just read him normal.
Wouldn't the Reaper be natural master of disguise like Mr. Soundsquare? Yeah. I feel like I'm at the dentist. Oh yeah, now to read up to where you are because you missed the stream. I forgot you weren't here last time.
Funzeeks is on trial for murder.
For murdering Gregson.
Yeah.
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 Did we have murdering Gregson last Tuesday?
Don't remember.
Was Gregson murdered on the Wednesday?
We did the investigations with the warden last stream.
Yeah, we went to the Scottish guy.
Yeah.
And I sang a bit of Billy Connolly. Did a very convincing Scottish accent.
Yeah.
You saw him looking very grumpy in the jail cell. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So we're in court now.
He took the stand.
He's taken the stand in his own
like
defense.
a
Always
bitch.
a really good idea. Yeah, the wellies bit. Yeah.
The wellies bit.
Always the welly bit. The way he has to defend him sound like a proposal. Yes. He was all like. I can't remember what he did, but he was already on his knees because there's no way in hell that door would. Yeah. He was all like, "I'm going to have to ask you to give me your hand in defense lawyering." Yeah. We went to the room. Had we been to the room?
Yeah, we've been to the room.
We've established that the candle was shot. We were theorizing.
Oh, yeah,
whether or not.
Hold on.
Yeah, we were theorizing whether or not that was shot from above or below, but we do know that the candle's been shot at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Van Six was saying that when he opened the door, like it was dark in the room, which it couldn't have been because the candles would have had to be lit.
Exactly, and then
if it happened when he said it happened. And he couldn't see the body, of course, because the door opens inwards.
And then suddenly the body was there.
And then suddenly the body appeared in front of him. And then he heard the door behind him open and there was a scream.
Yes.
And I think that's pretty much where we left off with these witnesses.
Yeah.
Asking a fellow lawyer to defend you is court speak for proposal. Yes.
Yeah.
It is. It has to be, yeah. Naturally. It's like, oh, I can't defend myself. Would you do it for
also,
me?
he has so much fucking money. He could have. I refuse to believe nobody would have touched this.
What, Fun Six?
Yeah. Strongheart definitely were like, no, nobody's allowed to like.
I mean, yeah, on the other hand, he's probably gone up against so many defense attorneys now.
That's also true.
Despise him.
That is true.
On the other hand, I bet they don't talk. I mean, he doesn't talk to them the way he talks to us. We're special.
We're special.
We discovered that the reason he doesn't like Japanese people is because he was friends with Genshin Impact, Asogi. And he really looked up to him and respected him and trusted him.
Maybe you should stop insulting Kazuma's dad, who might have been disgraced. Like,
I'm not insulting him. I'm not insulting him. No, you're right. It's very disrespectful to get somebody's name wrong deliberately. That was rude of me. I'm sorry, Mr. Asogi. Especially since your son appears to be on quite the vengeance boner crusade right now. But yeah, he really respected Genshin. and then suddenly found out that he'd murdered his brother, allegedly.
Allegedly.
But we still suspect that I think his brother had to have been the Reaper.
Yeah, there's no way. That Clint was definitely up to no good.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Or at least we're supposed to suspect at this point that his brother was the Reaper.
It also would make sense because he had, like, you know, being in noble society, he would have a great, like, opportunity to easily blend in and kill the target. So
the people that he was killing were people who were bringing disgrace to like the nobility.
Exactly.
So really he was just taking out the trash, so he could probably Oh, and also it doesn't help that you saw some concept art of him with a dog.
Yes, that didn't help.
That was what it was, I remember now.
I know,
like,
I was like, oh no.
Oh no, I see a dog.
Like, it was Little Fun Zeeks and his brother, and there was a dog. It's like, oh shit, I know dogs are just...
Yeah.
But I'm like,
yeah.
That kind of confirms it to me.
Yeah, because, like, the only other person we've seen with a dog was Ginny, and I don't think she did it 10 years ago.
I think that's a killer.
I think, yeah, you think that's... Yeah.
Definitely.
According to a Twitch video recap, only 1 hour of your Twitch time this year wasn't from this channel. Because I am so sorry. But
sorry
thank
for your
you.
loss.
I am sorry for your loss, but thank you very much.
Now get to reading.
Okay.
Stop putting it on. Stop.
We saw the whole thing from start to finish. We did everything from the moment they went in the building. It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang.
She sells fire.
She sells firecrackers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Seems to me that quick to talk is a quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what happened.
I ran into the room and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body. I was scared after death, me, so I ran off to find a copper.
Yeah, sure. Sure thing. If these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, who did they see going inside the building?
Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Baroque Van Seeks. I've seen pictures of that Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like. And just between us, folk love stories like this. I've made myself a tidy sum already.
Wait, the room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it.
All those flats on Fresno Street are unoccupied.
Oh, how convenient.
That's very, yeah. God, I wish he wouldn't flick it like that. Course they are. They're small, damp, dirty and expensive to boot. The room in which the inspector was found is the only property in the building that's currently leased. And we know the leaseholder's name, don't we? It's Hugh Boone.
It's clearly a dog. The testimony the court has just heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed the crime. No!
This red-hooded lady just makes you miss Pat and Broly beat. It's true. Isn't that
Oh.
right, my darling?
Oh no, nothing. I hate those two so
I
much
actually
now.
loathe how often these days I end up just casually going, when I'm asking you a question, and you're like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, isn't that right, my darling? And then I want to slap myself.
How do you think I feel? How do you think I feel? I'm the victim here.
You are my darling.
Let me get out a scarf and strangle you. Or myself, more like.
Okay. Don't take a nap on duty. It's fine. Thank you for your candor, my lord.
Oh, shut up, because Counsel for the defense, you may proceed to cross-examine the witnesses. Yes, my lord. You can even object because of my stupid accusations, and the judge already goes, after hearing one side. Yes, always.
Yeah. That's just the judge for you, though, isn't it?
He's like, I think this man looks prettier than the other one. We'll go with him.
Yeah.
In a closed court like this, without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. Sadly, yes, and it shouldn't be like that. I have to break down this testimony. Somehow.
Please can I introduce you to our Lord and Saviour, Magna fucking Carta!
It's alright.
This is the most Ace Attorney trial this case has had other than the starting trials. It's true though,
Yeah,
genuinely.
For sure.
I'm not sure how long I can.
Don't do it.
It's my lips started to go numb.
Stop doing it.
We saw the whole thing from start to finish. We did everything from the moment they went in the building.
Let's go press. Hold it. Can we get juror number 3?
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
when you say they, who do you mean exactly?
Well, you know the government, innit?
Inspector Gregson and the defendant, Lord Van Zeeks.
I think you're actually leading the witness, counsel. I suppose so. The likes of us don't know the names of the high and mighty. But I'll tell you one thing. It was the old Reaper that went in last, that's for sure and certain.
Just behind Inspector Gregson. Did they arrive at the same time as each other?
No, not at all. The first fella must have gone inside a good 15 minutes before we heard that gunshot.
The victim arrived 15 minutes before. Are you sure about that?
Am I sure? Am I sure? Or does it seem likely that I'd have forgotten a fellow with bright red hair like that? Does it?
Yeah, his hair really were red, weren't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even. That fiery red mob still burns on the inside of my eyelids. Eyelids it is. Wait a minute. You're saying the man was a redhead?
Weren't you listening, chum? Oh, he was a redhead, and he had a big trunk with him as well. Yeah, only 15 minutes is a lot low for that amount of scandal and all.
But
What?
Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
We did see that. Yeah, we had a whole conversation about the fact
Yeah.
we were assuming that was his wig.
Yeah, we were assuming that nasty ratty wig on the floor next to his
Yeah.
head was the one he was wearing because presumably he decided to join the Red-Headed League or something.
This shit here. Like,
Yeah, presumably it belonged to Inspector Gregson.
Oh,
Put it
I
away,
hate
it's
it.
so nasty. Oh. Mm-mm.
it seems likely that the person you saw wasn't in fact Inspector Gregson at all, I can book, but some other third party.
No, I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct.
This guy got strong Edgeworth energy and I wanted to kick him. What?
Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken at the scene.
Oh! Oh no, Gregson! You did deserve this!
I don't care if you were the Reaper or not. You didn't deserve that. You really
Oh,
didn't. No,
bro.
no. The candle's made of thistle instead of wax, only cost a halfpenny though. That's yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The animation is Edgeworth. It's like, nah. Instantly makes you want to punch
He's
the man.
withholding evidence too. Yeah, he learned from Van Zeeks, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Van Zeeks taught him everything he knows.
Yes, that's Inspector Gregson, alright.
Sure. And a red hairpiece.
I also like the fact that it took his body away but just left the
Left
hairpiece
him
lying
with it, just
on the
slid him
ground.
out from underneath. Just brrrr. Flop. Unfortunate.
Ah,
Of course. We saw one on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we?
we had a whole conversation. Were we
we
not
did.
supposed to check it or what?
I don't know who's taken his chips. I think the chips may have dematerialized in death.
Yeah, I think
I
those
think they were just maybe like a bind on pickup type non-transferable thing.
Soul-bound.
That
Yeah.
soul-bound. They just kind of poof. Lifted it like a dead rat. That's Mr. Dead Rat MD to you.
I still will refuse to believe Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece. Though, So then why on earth would he have been wearing something like that? Yeah, I mean...
I don't know, why on earth would anybody be wearing red?
Oh, there we go. What? The colour doesn't seem to suit the
Does
man,
seem
one
to
might
suit
say.
the man.
Oh wait, does!
Does!
No! My brain's like, no!
What's wrong with this man? Go like, yeah. Checks out. That fits. What? No! The judges. Okay, I cannot think of anybody least suited to judging.
Can we ask, like, the Japanese judge to take his place, please?
Actually, yeah.
Let's get, is it Jigoku?
Yeah, Judge Jigoku of
Jigoku. Oh my
the
God.
man bun.
Yeah. Like, hold on.
He's wearing his hat in this photo.
Yeah,
though,
Jigoku,
so-
can we please get him here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of got in like a really tight ponytail that looks like a man bun,
Yeah.
and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not...
Maybe he just has a thing for wigs, yeah.
The photograph will be submitted as evidence, please,
But he
counsel.
thinks his robe matches your chair. Yeah, I mean his chair. Yeah, I think you've got a point there. He might well be colourblind.
The photograph of the victim has been entered into the court record. A photographic print of the victim, Inspector Gregson. His body appears to be tightly curled up, and there's a red hairpiece on his head. No, it's actually not on his head anymore, but you know.
Can't blame the Santa judge for liking the colour red. No, true.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Chris did say that.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
missed that. Oh my god, I was
Yeah.
too distracted. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm slow sometimes.
It's fine. We're all used to you just claiming other people's
Shut the hell
revelations
up.
as
I only willingly do that to Pocket.
That's true.
I sometimes go into like evil sidekick mode and pretend that her great ideas are mine. Anyway, and what became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying?
That you can in fact put a wig on a dead guy, yeah. Although I think it's frowned upon.
I don't know, what are the general, like...
Yeah, I don't know actually, like, because you know you've got desecration of a corpse. Does that include just putting a really ugly wig on somebody?
I think so, yes.
I think it should. I don't know.
Is that, maybe was there in this time period like a thing where it was normal to put wigs on corpses?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think undertakers can get away with a lot of that regular people can't. But you're just like putting a presumed dead lady on the other side of the road. That's a very good point. That we have had a case of that after all. Just, what if there aren't any jurors because it's a closed court? Why is there an audience? Right? Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really weird because like
Oh no!
people
Wait, hang on, no, because there are other members of the judiciary.
Oh yeah, we're getting
We're basically.
yeah.
This is like one of those, you know, where they do surgeries and all the medical students watch. This is like that, but for jurors. I mean, not jurors, like judiciary people, like attorneys, defendants, prosecutors, all that jazz. Yeah.
I should get rid of my counter, shouldn't I?
No, I'm holding out hope that he might yeet some stuff.
Somebody has given Funsick some bottles.
I need this man to have somehow got his hands on his hallowed chalice. Because if he doesn't, I will riot.
I just want to know where he sits this time. Do you think it's just an angry bench sitting behind us?
Yeah, I think so. I reckon. Well, no, I mean, yeah. I think, yeah.
In which case, we better do well, or we get a yeeted at our head again.
Specifically, this is how the UK ran its highest cases before Blair set up the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. Highest cases were sat directly in the House of Lords. Do you know? I did not know that.
Are you serious?
There's me quoting
Blair.
the Magna Carta. Yeah,
Literally, that is very recent.
That was quite recent.
What?
Thank you. No, I mean, what would we do without Dio actually giving us actual real facts? 2003 is... That's...
That's
3
too recent.
years ago, I believe.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
3 years ago? Definitely not
No.
more than 20.
No.
Because that would be disgusting. Yeah.
Still very recent.
That I know. I mean, comparatively, yes. Compared to this, it's quite recent, but not as recent as I would like.
Oh no, it's worse.
Worse?
Oh.
2009.
Can't believe it was last year.
Yeah, that's extraordinary. Can't believe that only came in last year. Well, now we know. Thank you. Thank you, Dio. Woo! I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene. Peak Neopets here. Was it though? I don't know. I only know Peak. I mean, I know I met Socket on Neopets.
Yeah, we met on Neopets. Not made up story, we actually did.
When did I meet you on Neopets?
That's a good question.
So I know I signed up for Neopets around 2000-ish. 2001 or so? Because I used to log on to it at computer lab at school.
Well,
But I can't remember where I met you a couple years later.
Yeah.
The act that started it was 1998, then a further reform bill in 2005, and then officially established in 2009.
Mine-
Thanks, I hate it.
That took him way too long.
It did and all.
Hmm.
Disappearing trunk. Yeehaw.
Romance for the Ages, yes. We met in the Slayers Guild.
We did.
The anime.
Yeah, Slayer's the
Not
anime.
the band.
No.
So it just disappeared?
What? Do you expect us to have been watching the building every second, do ya? Well, yeah, because you claim to, but okay. We definitely saw him in the dock going in, though. No question about that. It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang.
Hold it! By which, presumably, you mean the gunshot?
I sell these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot sounds like? But I've always thought it probably sounds a bit like this, doesn't it?
And you say that you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building.
That's right. It was almost straight away. Bang! It went. Just like that. Well, it's the Reaper in Ease, what the French call a fait accompli. When the Reaper's around, people are going in the grand. I mean, that's what he does, isn't he?
I think we get the message.
The Reaper couldn't allow the Inspector to live after he'd discovered his secret hideout. There can be no clearer motive for the crime.
Yes. It's certainly an eminently credible motive.
Is it though?
Great.
And at that point, you ran inside. Is that correct?
Seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what had happened.
Oh, no!
Did you Windows disconnect on our side? Did we have a Windows disconnect?
Oh, did we?
Did we? What happened?
I
I didn't hear it. Well, I wouldn't have heard it. You've got your headphones on.
That's weird.
Did you hear it?
No.
Weird.
I did.
What happened there then?
That's weird.
You thought that was you? Okay, well it clearly was us, because otherwise everyone is having exciting... I wonder what disconnected.
Oh.
What about your keyboard? Did your keyboard
I think
run out
my
of battery?
keyboard... No, my keyboard disconnected. Sorry about
Okay, so
that.
your
I hadn't
keyboard-
used my keyboard for long enough that it decided to disconnect itself.
Oh, okay. New keyboard.
No keyboard. I'm getting used to that. Sorry about that.
Does it have like a...
No, after just a certain amount of idling, it will just do that.
Okay, so occasionally you just need to blomp.
Yeah, sometimes I will just have to spam something. Oh, it's
Yeah.
fine.
It's good to know though.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can...
Yeah.
Well, sorry if that is a thing that we have to get used to.
Sometimes Windows disconnection noises are just here to wake everybody up.
Yeah.
Okay. Press.
Press.
Hold it! So, when Gossip ran to see what had happened, did you go too?
Well, me, I'm a bit hampered, see? All the signs are that I can't move very well.
There's a windows of opportunity. Get out the gate.
Oh!
You were away behind, presumably, with that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand.
What a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich, but is it possible you and I have met before?
I'm not anybody, me. The signs are what makes me who I am now. I sign, therefore I am.
So you weren't employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago then?
Omnibus.
Yeah, it's fucking Beppo!
Yeah, it's bloody Beppo.
It's
Bring her in.
fucking
Bring her in. Bring her in the bus. Remind him of what he lost. That's right, mate. I might be mistaken, but I believe his trembling has intensified, Mr. Naruto.
Yes, I agree. He's certainly been through a lot. Hot.
Turn down King Henry Street, and the Black Widower's Arms is just there.
Oh dear, you've made him hide behind his sign.
Life is full of surprises. I take down
She
the
can go
away.
again, it's fine. What does that say other than hot?
Yeah, I
can
could've,
never
like-
see underneath.
I think it's kind of nonsense, potentially, but
Did he write his sign with AI? Is it Garbaccio slop?
I don't even think Beppo would steep that low.
No,
Stoop
that's-
even. Steep.
Please don't steep Beppo.
I haven't had any
Omnibus
caffeine
tea.
today.
You haven't, have you? You didn't even have a little sip of my coffee.
No.
You're so brave. You did have a whole Dr. Pepper though.
No.
Did you not?
Barely touched it.
You had 3 sips of Okay, can I have some?
No.
He's trying to make hot to go viral. Yeah. Is he like the first meme? Thank you! I shouldn't be drinking from the can, but...
Hydration moment.
Thanks very much.
Slurp. Hey!
I ran into the room and there he was! The Reaper! Gun in hand! Standing over the dead body!
Yeah, considering I just love the fact that F6 casually lost his gun. I was like, oh yeah.
Right.
I don't remember where I put the gun.
Hold it!
So then, you were let's try again. So then you were the first person to arrive on the scene, is that right?
But you know, the fact that we were like, so what happened to your gun? And Van Zieks literally was just like, well, I lost it, didn't I? It was stupid. I put it in a drawer and I forgot about it.
It's like, yeah. So this could this have been your gun? No.
No. But I don't know where my gun is. But no. It's in my house. No, I haven't seen it for 7 years. Why do you ask? Classic Van Zieks. There I was. Kicked the door open like a professional, I did, and yelled out, "What's going off here?" Okay, but somebody screamed. Was it you? Did you scream? Lord Van Zieks claims all he heard was a man scream, though.
And was it dark inside the room?
No! Not dark at all! There were candles burning on the wall.
Uh-huh. Really?
And there was a fella collapsed on the floor. Just between us, it's the first thing I noticed when I got inside. No, it's not.
You wouldn't have been able
I've been
to
able to see it on account of the fact that the door doesn't open that way. Oh, I suppose unless he bashed it all the way back.
Maybe. I see.
Van Zieks being like, why do you think I have a gun? Have you seen my throwing arm? What reason would I waste that?
Yep.
If I used a gun, I wouldn't be able to show everyone my sculpted titties in my tight uniform. Now would I?
Technically, he could still control a gun.
It was very correct in this century for rich dudes to have loaded revolvers in their desk drawers for years. Agatha Christie wouldn't mislead you on that. No. Yeah, exactly. I get 90% of my information from also Agatha Christie. And I think yeah, as far as I'm aware, they just sort of misplaced them. Like, oh, what do you mean the gardener's had it for 20 years? Like my wife. You're gonna miss the Van Zieks voice so much when this game's over. We'll just have to find a new game.
Okay, we can make her play Final Fantasy 14.
No!
Overturn.
No, because that man is a Ghanaian and therefore he is a cowboy!
Oh yeah.
So it's not until you hit Endwalker that the Van Zieks voice can come back. Yeah, I'm gonna miss the guy in general. I will admit, I'm really gonna miss Van Zieks.
It's okay, he hasn't been like elevated to main Blorbo status for me at all.
No, right? No, God
No.
knows. Oh.
Even though... Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I was gonna read, but it's okay.
Yeah, no,
go
it's
ahead.
fine. You read.
Even though Lord Van Zieks claims not to have seen any such lights on the wall.
The next thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body. Didn't Van Ziek say he was going over to the other side of the room to look at the table?
Yeah, I think so.
The accused, Baroque Van Zieks. That's right! The pale-faced Reaper himself.
I wish we had a Van Ziek's cam to see him reacting to all this shit.
I know, right? Like live slug reaction, but it's Van Zieks. I was a little shocked, I won't deny it, but I'm no lily-livered coward.
You can't see the body ring.
No,
You know.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
I stood my ground and gave that Reaper a cold, hard stare myself.
apparently Pepper has something to say about this.
Ow. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Oh, that portrait is just horrid. Look at
It
Gossip's
really is.
portrait.
Yeah.
Ah!
Possum needs to do a little harder job
Yeah.
to cover it up.
Yeah, that's okay. Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich? I can't deal with Pepper's fucking name.
No.
There's really nothing to me. Empty in the head I am. Just 2 slices with no middle.
Are you an idiot sandwich beater?
He is.
I know it's Pepper, but I don't care anymore.
So I don't know what you would want with me.
Should we maybe see that line through then and then do the reaction? That's not how Socketwrench does things, and you know it.
I see the little light bulb go off. I go check it out.
She see the little ding ding. She click the little ding ding.
You are, however, correct that we now have to pursue this whole thing again.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was also
Yeah.
thinking I could save.
This has literally never ended well for us.
The game told me to do this. Like, it literally told me, when you see this, you need to pursue him. So, I'm just doing what the game told me.
Yeah, but then the game very clearly kind of goes like, oh, maybe we... Yeah, anyway, we'll just go back and do the thing. Yeah, his lip does bounce more than a harem anime lady, and I also hate it.
Oof.
I desperately want it to leave his face
Yeah.
at this point.
I think you maybe just remembered something?
Van Zieks hasn't broken a glass this entire time because he hasn't stopped drinking this entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very, very true. Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean.
What I think is, well, nothing's really. We try to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day, we're just all street sellers.
That's enough out of you, Sandwich. Keep your trap shut now. Unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich.
When he saw the Reaper, he fell clean over his back.
On his backside, yes, he did scream. He clearly just fell over, screamed. That's it.
No, I want to know why he keeps flopping it. Like, I really do want to know why he keeps fucking doing it like this. It's really distressing. Also, because I'm having to torment you anyway. Oh, you rotten beggar! I told you to keep that secret!
Still over his neck, though. What the fuck was he wearing?
He does look like he's been strangled by something, though, right?
Yeah.
He screamed, he did. Screamed and scrambled off on all fours. That's all I wanted to say.
Mr. Gossip, is this true?
The floor was dead slippery, that's why. Planted my hand in a filthy pool of blood, didn't I? Yuck!
What? A pool of blood?
That isn't it. Even when I was sprawled on the floor, I still kept giving that Reaper a cold, hard stare. And don't you forget it.
Let's just go back a little. Did you say you got blood on your hand?
I did. That happens to the best of us at times, doesn't it? If I was scared, so I slipped over. We can keep it just between us, can't we?
No, Mr. Gossip. I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony.
Oh, if I must.
The witness will amend his testimony to include the aforementioned details at once. Don't just dot off Kazuma.
I slipped over and got blood on my hand, so I quickly wiped it off on the floor.
Wait, that doesn't match with anything we have. Like,
No, not even a little bit.
hold it! You wiped your hand on the floor.
Well, who wants blood on his hand, eh? Horrible stuff. And they might have thought I'd done it. Huh, no tar.
And you didn't think that might be a problem?
Does it really matter if I left a few grubby handprints on the floor? I'll get cleaned up in the end, won't I? Don't make such a fuss. That's the message from all of us.
Is something wrong, Counsel?
No, my lord. I didn't remember anything in the report about a bloody handprint on the floor, that's all. Don't come at me with all that! You can't intimidate me!
It is really weird, though.
It is really strange, right? I know what I did! I wiped it off on the floor! The blood!
I wonder, could that be what happened?
No, my lord, I was working on my fanfic. Mr. Naruhodo?
I don't have all the answers yet, but I think we may have just discovered a vital clue. I know, said uncovered, don't care, not going back.
I was scared half to death, me. So I ran off to find a copper.
Her animation annoys me greatly too. It's fine. Hold it! So you didn't run into the room with your friends?
I'm not that sort of girl.
Sorry?
I'm a timid little thing, me. I was too scared to go in there.
Ah, right. I see.
Oh, Lippy and the witch ran in there, and then I heard a sort of old lady scream. Well, that wasn't me, I swear. If I were a gentleman, I'd stake my honour on it. I wondered what on earth was going on.
Which is when you went to find a policeman.
And I ran into a copper as soon as I turned the corner. So I brought him straight back to the place. Didn't I do well, eh? Just between us, that copper's eyes nearly popped out of his head when he saw the Reaper.
I've never felt more uncomfortable in all of my life.
The problem is, I think Gossip might actually be a gentleman.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we all think that he might well be the warden.
I mean, I refuse to believe
Yeah.
something. Like,
I mean,
come on. Stop.
yeah, it looks like it's got. I'm pretty sure it's him.
Got a similar facial shape, and I know with the art style it can be different, but also the hair. This fucking game with the hair. Like, I don't know. I refuse to believe otherwise.
Like, I don't know. He's just similar enough.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, he's got the same chin shape, that's for sure. But
Long neck too.
long
Yeah.
neck too.
It's true.
Same ear shape too.
Like, this doesn't actually look like.
That doesn't look like him, but at the same time,
Like, his chin is completely different, but that doesn't mean he's not wearing any.
his chin. I mean, his mouth's a lot higher up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. Well,
The
it was
hair is
old-
still similar enough that I'm sus.
Yeah, because they don't normally make the hair match that much. I don't know.
It feels like a twin. Yeah, he might
Yeah.
be. He might be.
Good collection of moustaches in this court record. We've got a lot of quite splendid facial hairs going on.
Yeah, very good. Excellent.
And Sholmes is just a moustache
Not you.
himself. No.
Yeah. Paul Gregson.
Paul Gregson.
Not you. Nope.
Yeah,
You know, he has a pretty
he's
good
got-
moustache.
He's
though.
got one hell of a stash.
I just wish his nose didn't look like a grilled sausage. It's so annoying. There's so many people now. It's like, what? So many people. Strong heart? No. Anyway. And the defendant was arrested on the spot, I believe.
Considering the catalogue of killings the Reaper had carried out, it was a particularly inauspicious end. You think that moustache might actually be really long nose hair?
I take it all back.
Fleeing the sausage.
If I can find... if I can't find any holes in this testimony...
I'm afraid the judge will give a ruling of guilty, Mr. Naruto.
I know, Susato!
That's-
I've been doing this for a while now!
Yeah.
The truth is, though, the combined testimony is fairly damning.
No, it's not.
Unfortunately, there don't seem to be any obvious problems with their statements. Do there? Yes, they do.
Still.
Okay, but okay.
If Lord Van Zieks really is innocent, then I'm almost certain they will find something in there that doesn't quite add up.
You don't think that one of these three could be the true culprit, do you?
I don't know. But what I do know is that there's more to this case that has yet to be brought to light. Thank you for that very good conversation. We didn't drop me any hints.
For sure.
I'm gonna save the game
What
as well.
about, yeah, do that. What about that one that we didn't finish
Yeah,
when we pressed?
yeah, we'll go for that because we had the...
You think they've been brought out? Yeah.
Seems to me we had that Beppo one, slept over the blood. Yeah, we did do that one.
Yeah. I guess, yes, you did that one.
Yeah, he updated.
Yeah, he updated the this one.
Yeah.
And then she did that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna cycle. Sorry, go to the beginning for a second and reread
Yeah.
them all again. So we have. Oh my god, sorry for clicking. The guerrilla killer
Yeah.
wanted Briggy dead. Yeah, and also Maziek's out of the way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw the whole thing from start to finish. Everything from the moment they went into the building. Yeah.
Or Greggy was involved in the unjust conviction of Genshin Asogi because he was the one who caught the professor.
Yeah.
And that's why he had to die. Now that... I mean, the thing I find sus is that Susato's dad comes into the country and Gregson dies.
Yeah.
And given that 10 years ago... Okay, so... Unless it was Kazuma who did it. Because they did say that Gregson was the one who caught the professor, right?
Yes. That is true. Oh yeah, like a good point. Like
Yeah, Gregson caught the professor.
Yeah, oh hey, it's the full photo. Shit.
Oh
like,
yeah,
rather than
Greggy.
zoomed in one.
That's handy.
And
No bloody handprints though.
no,
None. Like, but yeah, he's the one who caught the Reaper, the professor, and that advanced his career. So, like, maybe Kazuma did this.
Oh.
But why would he frame Van Zieks?
Oh!
Oh! Oh! What's this?
What was this?
Okay, so is that why the body suddenly appeared in front of him because the signboard fell down?
I wonder.
Mr. Naruto, look!
Oh yes, it's a smudge of some kind. In fact, it looks just like a handprint.
And the colour.
That's blood.
That's blood, isn't it? Oh dear. How disturbing.
The details of the notice board have been updated. A freestanding notice board completely covered in notes and articles relating to the victims of the Reaper. There's a bloody handprint on the back side.
Yeah, that must have been on the floor.
Like, we have sort of... Have we looked at this before, actually? I
I don't think we've actually looked at the... Well, have we looked at the front of it? We definitely had never looked at the back.
There are details of a whole raft of cases dating back years on here, aren't there?
This paper from 10 years ago is browning with age. Look, now we've looked at it.
Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting here.
Oh, it's the same red-headed leak advertisement that Mr. Sholmes had picked out.
And do you remember? There was a red hairpiece at the scene too. How could I forget?
Was Inspector Gregson an exponent of the red-headed leak then? Oh yeah, Dio, you also missed blue-haired Sholmes, maybe.
Oh yeah, blue-haired Sholmes. Special.
Well, no, the different power levels depending on his hair color.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Did
was
we look at the firecrackers as well?
No, I don't think we did.
The thing was on the ground, but you still don't get how you can slip in his blood when the pool of it's so small.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it makes me wonder if he tripped. Yeah, like maybe the body was. Yeah, because like, how do you fall backwards and put your hand in a pool of blood?
Yeah, it's a bit like also
Lost floor source.
Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruto? You're staring at the end of the string of fireworks.
Sorry, it's just that it's the Venus special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of firecrackers would sound like.
Shall we find out?
What? She said I could blow up the courtroom. Bang.
Bang.
Alright, that was a fairly sizable bang.
My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruto.
Oh, every single time, we just have the mental image of these dumbasses just standing there at the bench.
Standing there at the bench, just poking around at stuff and then just lighting things on fire.
It sounded almost exactly like...
The details of the Venus firecracker have been updated in the court record. The Venus special firecracker, consisting of 100 smaller fireworks at 6 pence each. It goes off like a gunshot.
Like a gunshot. Yeah. Way to go see what happened. Yeah, can we, like, I'm gonna save and I'm gonna present the board to him. Because that's the only thing I can think of really here. Like, going, sir, did you touch this? Sir? Yeah. I'm assuming that we actually pressed him on that once we got it updated, right?
Yes, because he said he'd slipped and then we did the whole
Yeah, and
thing
then
where
we
he
were
said, like,
yeah,
he
how
wiped
could
it
you
on the
have
floor.
got blood on the floor? Yeah, it's true. You're right.
Because yeah, we did do that. Because this one actually updated the statement rather than updating one of the other statements with the new information. Objection! Objection time! So you wiped off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that?
Well, what else do you expect me to have done, eh? Does it really matter?
Objection!
Oh, Kazuma's objecting. Do I need to bring out the clown emote
Yeah,
for
we
you?
do.
Here
I think
go.
we do. This man is
Clown
nothing
sprite.
but a clown.
I mean, he is kind of.
The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigations. What exactly is the defense asserting?
Tut, tut, tut. If you listen, you'll find out, Prosecutor Asogi.
Ha!
Certainly. There was no bloody handprint found on the floor.
What are you trying to say?
There was a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene on the back of this notice board. Oh, yes, indeed. Indisputably a handprint in the distinctive colour of blood.
Yeah, Kazuma's lost his anime headband tentacles, which is how you know he's evil now.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you're dead right! That's my right hand! I'd know it anywhere.
Actual hero?
Hot,
Yeah.
actual hero.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And a human being.
The witness very definitely testified that he wiped his hand on the floor.
So what that means, Kazuma, is that he's speaking shit.
No, what that means is that this was on the floor at the time. You
Yeah,
dumb...
I know.
Any handprints on the back of the board are irrelevant.
No, sir.
Objection!
No, you dumb.
Oh, you can't possibly know the front of your hand like the back of your hand.
Not if the board itself had fallen over onto the floor.
Handy.
In that case, it's quite possible for the witness's handprint to have ended up there.
Just look at the floor plan of the room.
Oh, we're going to
Yeah,
discuss
I'm
that
also
later.
really confused as to how the layout works. Somebody must have done something here about...
Yeah.
The notice board was in the opposite corner of the room to the victim and in an upright position. Even if it had somehow been toppled and was lying on the floor at the time, it would have been a considerable distance from the body. I fell over when I came across the body.
Again, it's...
So I was basically right next to the corpse, not on the other side of the room. In other words, the defense's assertion is contradictory.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It must have been hiding Gregory and fell open.
Yeah.
But... Boing.
There's a very definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason. I take it you must have... Sorry. I take it that you have formulated a proper hypothesis, counsel? Regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness's account and the handprint found at the scene. I have, my lord. The discrepancy between the witness's account and the location of the handprint is explained by another handprint, the board moving, or a false testimony, I will say.
Yeah, because it... The bang of opening the door he didn't close might as well be the board falling over. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, I'm going to assume it's moving because that's the one we assumed.
Yeah.
But, I hope it's not a handprint. Another one.
The real contradiction here is the The real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. Yeah. As the court can see, it's upside down.
Oh yeah, obviously I knew that. Shut up.
Good gracious! So it is! If the witness had put his hand against the board, the finger should be pointing upwards.
As we all said, right, chat?
Yeah, we all knew that.
we all worked that one out, definitely.
Ryunosuke didn't bring that up himself.
No, exactly.
We
What?
told him.
What does that tell us?
It tells us one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor as I previously suggested, which means that after the incident, it must have been moved.
What?
Objection!
You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting. Yeah, he did get a lot dumber after hitting his head, I agree.
Yeah,
Then tell the court who.
maybe it's a prosecutor thing, maybe
Do you reckon?
veteran
I mean,
Zeeks.
his suit did get a little bit tighter.
Maybe it cuts off his
The blood supply
Yeah.
to his brain, yeah, maybe so. I think, his hot actual hero, which is, what is he trying to tell us? Wait, no, what's that monster design? Even with a clown nose and wig, it looks kind of cool. Well, that's Ganondorf being amazingly cool,
Yeah.
and that's also me looking very buff, like Fancy
Fancy.
with a clown wig on.
we also
We
have
also
this
have this
beauty.
one. Yeah, isn't it delightful?
But we're not
we
crushing any
can't,
hollow
we
chalices.
can't use this one because Fancy's is away.
Oh yes, wig.
Isn't the wig a delight? I'm so thrilled with these still. I love them
So
so
good.
much. They are like just.
This is 10 out of 10.
They make me so happy. Clown Pocket's cool. Yeah, Pocket's always cool, man. Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
this stuff to do. This is basically us.
This is basically us on a daily basis. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. And you're just an entire clown.
I'm just a whole clown. Just the car, the shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, isn't it? It's beautiful. Especially when your job becomes 3 times more buff. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
It makes it look like I work out. It's great.
You do work out.
I do work out. That's not the point. I am buff. You wouldn't think to look at me, but this kobold lifts, baby.
She does not lift.
Excuse me? I do. I lift.
Yeah, you lift.
I actually do lift. I have
Yeah.
weights. What's
Tiny
wrong
weights.
with you?
Tiny weights.
I have itty bitty weights, but I still lift.
Yeah, you do.
Your Honor! Next time you're making me absolutely jacked. Do! I live for the beef. Itty couple big, beefy muscle. Yeah. Sculpted like Fonseca himself. Oh. Level 1 cobalt, level 20 cobalt. Yeah.
Please don't hurt me.
I am just a little cobalt. I cannot loot much.
No, don't look at my weedy arms.
Anyway.
Ah. I need to stop hiding behind here.
One day, one of these days she'll join me. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know that yet. But the point is, when you consider all the testimony we've heard so far, we can now be very clear on one point. And that would be the position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord. So, counsel, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court even.
Carrot?
Carrot!
For the carrot.
Oh god. At the time of the incident, where do you maintain the notice board was situated? Well,
I think it was probably there, but maybe if Kazuma showed off his hams too. Yeah, maybe he would be able to mimic Fonseca's better if he showed his hams better, and then we would find him much less annoying. Yeah, I reckon because he said it. He said that. I wish I could remember
also
exactly
he was
what
in the
he
blood.
said.
He scrabbled.
But-
Blood was here. The pool of blood
Yeah,
was
the
here.
pool of blood, like unless
if he just-
unless Gregson's moved,
Yeah, but we're gonna assume he
but
wasn't.
the
moved
blood
right now.
is underneath him.
Yeah,
So unless
exactly,
he was
so-
like rolled on a plastic
Nah,
sheet.
No, it's not happening.
But yeah, so then, and yeah, Van Ziek said that Gregson appeared
Yeah.
like
So that-
suddenly, like
yeah,
he
that
couldn't
board
see
must
it,
have
and then
fallen
suddenly he
over.
saw it, and the room was dark. So I think the board must have fallen over, but yeah, also because the board must have fallen, like I'm
Yeah.
gesturing with my
It
hands.
also
for
means that
Socket's
Fazix
benefit,
couldn't
but-
see the light.
Yeah, although I don't think the board's that tall, and the
I
room was
mean-
still the room wouldn't have
Yeah,
been that
true.
dark if
I mean,
the
I
light was
agree,
blocked.
but like it would definitely.
Yeah.
Shall I put it here?
I think that's the only place it really can
Oh.
have been. That's okay. Show us your load screen, baby. That's right. Show us those Switch games.
I'll just yeah, I'm just gonna pop it here.
Yeah, and if we're wrong, well, we'll just click somewhere else on the screen next.
Present.
Take that!
Please accept. This is the only possible location. Immediately adjacent to the doorway? Yes. If the court would think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier, he said that when he entered the room, it was dark. Couldn't see the body.
Black.
If the notice board had been here, the body would have been completely hidden from view, and the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear darker.
Objection!
Everyone is correct. I stand corrected.
But the accused also claims that the victim's body simply appeared before him.
Yeah, this board fell over, you dummy.
That's true. Or, in his precise words,
How did she write all this down?
Shorthand.
I know.
just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream.
Oh yeah, he
So
did the same thing as we
door-
did.
Oh, you got to disconnect again.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So how long does that take? Your
I can just leave it disconnected for a while.
okay,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
use
fair.
it right
yeah,
now.
don't. It's true.
That's fine.
Fanzix is also really tall, so his angle wouldn't allow him to see below it, but not tall enough that he could see over it. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a really good point.
You dead us to like USB disconnect with your computer. I'm sorry that Socket's keyboard is.
Yeah, I'll see next time if I can yeet something off. So I don't have enough USB connectors to keep all my appliances plugged in. Indeed. But yeah, next time for stream, I'll make sure that it's basically plugged in with the wire rather than just having it in wireless mode. Anyway,
And I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me. Yeah, so he slammed the door open, knocked the board,
Yeah.
and it fell. I don't know about calling it a scream, but he was talking about me and no mistake. Because it was me that kicked the door open.
If you look again at the floor plan, consider what would happen if the door to the room was thrown open with force. Yahoo!
That can't.
The door struck the notice board, knocking it over and making the victim's body visible. Good gracious! My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw.
Ah!
Order! Order! Counsel, how has this not come to light before now? After the incident, somebody must have righted the board and moved it.
Quite shocking police work in that case.
Nothing surprises me here. Into the position where the police, myself, and my colleague saw it when investigating the room.
I like that we're still thinking it's Gregson's room when there's a photo of literally this guy's wife.
I know! It's like, holy shit, that's like... Witness, what have you to say for yourself?
What? Me, my lord?
You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board. The witnesses in the stand will testify again. You will explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime.
Stop looking over your glasses at me. I got the message. The way he says order makes you hear a pirate voice. That's so funny.
Yar.
I hear it though. Oh, I don't know anything about that there notice board. I just want my hand on it, that's all.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
She sells firecrackers to school kids, but just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, it sounds a bit dodgy.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
It was that Reaper, I bet. He's got a face that screams bold.
Can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
You feel like you shouldn't light a match while court's in session. Yeah, on the other hand, when we get a victory, sometimes we get fireworks, so...
Yeah. Also the judge really seemed to enjoy them firecrackers, so...
He did, didn't he? Yeah, he did make us pay for them.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the firecrackers specifically that he was enjoying? I wonder.
Which firecracker are we talking about?
Disgusting.
So none of you can elaborate further.
Sometimes we do also Bruin buses. Sorry, I know that was a typo, but I thought it was quite a sweet one, so I said it. You think Judge is a pyro? Yeah, maybe he just likes it when things go up in flames in his court.
Oh.
I like that. Writing's not your strength today. It's okay. Sometimes typos are adorable, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I ignore them and sometimes I highlight them, and whether I do which or the other is entirely up to my mood at that minute. But it's not ever supposed to be like a mean thing. I'm not bullying you, I promise. Not today. And then there's you. I don't know what you mean, Dark Overlord. To be fair, yeah. Typos can be very important parts of people's naming structures and live with them on the internet for many, many, many years. And I think that's something that we should embrace, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see, we can't expect those witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. But if it was literally like 15 minutes later, not even actually, because if Gregson had been in there for 15 minutes and the candles had burnt down. Then Van Zieks went in, shot him, and they all burst in. There is no way that unshot candle would still be that.
Yeah. No.
Yep, Dio is in fact missing an L. Yes, that's... It's part of their cute backstory.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I love it to pieces.
Same.
I think it provides a certain level of charm that you don't get if you type stuff correctly. I think.
I think so too.
But then there was that one time that I wrote mojitos with an extra E, so it was like mojitos, and the person in the chat wouldn't let me live it down for like months. They kept saying like, "Oh, what are you gonna drink? Mojitos?" I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, some people just know.
Okay, shut up.
I like a small snack. I'm sorry.
You can shut up now.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. No, some people just make it. Oh god, really exhausting.
Besides, you don't drink mojitos. You suck them. 20 years old as of the 24th of November. Wow, that
Oh my
typo.
God.
That typo can vote, which
Oh
is
my
cool. I love that. Ganondurwise? Yes. It can almost drink in the US. That's true. I mean, if it was in the US, it'd probably be drinking and pretending it wasn't and hiding from the cops. Because of the illegal drinking, not for any other reason, ACAB. Yes, please, thank you, give me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll give you the bag.
Well, that's a dangerous thing to do.
Just take 3. That's a portion, give
3
or
is
take.
a portion. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. There. Much obliged.
Don't you hate it when like foods do everything and like a portion is 25 grams and there's like a bag of like candy. I'm like, how many candies is
Yeah,
that?
right?
And you have to go weigh them.
It's pretty nice because some of the other candies actually say, like, a portion is 5.
Sorry for the crinkling. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe add an accent for a bit of French flair. Ganondoude! Yeah, I like that. Ganondoude? Ganondoudois. Still. I'm going to see Ganondoude at the cafe. We will drink cafe au lait. I like that we're all wishing the typo a birthday.
I mean, it's a very important typo.
I think it is. I think it is an important typo. But I think it's sweet. You're a waxwork now. Oui, oui.
Oh.
We will observe the waxwork while we drink our café au lait. The waxwork of Ganondoude. You're planning to change your Twitch to match your Instagram, Gobby Goose, but maybe you should become Gooby Goose. Yeah, it's cute actually. Gooby Goose has got a really nice.
Gooby Goose is a really good one.
Here we go, Gooby Goose.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
like...
it's like there is a song, right? You know, like here we go, Gooby Goose. Like, that's all I know. All I know is something. It's like here we go, Loopy Loo, isn't it? Loopy Loo? I forget. It's been a long time.
I'm just sitting here going,
Yeah, why
no
would
idea
you
what
know
you're on
that?
about.
Like, yeah. Like, here we go, Looby Loo. Here we go, Looby Lie. Here we go, Looby something. But I forget. Looby Loo, is it? Thank you. I know nothing. Which is your childhood nickname. That's cute. Then, you know, it definitely it works.
Yeah, my childhood nicknames are less translatable.
Well, that's because they were in Dutch.
Yeah, Dop.
Oh, Ganger.
Mm-hmm. Dop is also a bottle lid. I still don't know how I ended up with that nickname, but it's the one that my aunt gave me.
A bottle lid.
Yeah. It's she used it as a term of endearment, and it sounds pretty cute too. But I'm like, this literally, if I'm true to say this, I'm like, why are you calling me a bottle lid?
Okay, so I have a better one. In Danish, there is a term of endearment that translates poorly to English.
Oh.
It means like little deer. Yeah. But it's lille skat. So
Hot.
my childhood nickname was Scat.
You know what? I'll take bottle cap. Bottle cap is better. Thanks.
I think so.
No.
I hear your unfortunate strange nickname and I raise you Scatology.
Oh no, sorry guys.
Oh no, that's so sad. No.
Clearly it's time to get into the lead speech and to pull out the zeros.
Yeah, it's true.
Go with Gooby Goose.
Woo, big woos. Little they know how right you were when you're calling you a fruit. I think Fruit Loop is also actually really cute though.
Well, it is really cute, yeah.
That does seem foreshadowing. Thankfully. Well, I don't know actually. I did grow up into kind of a shit, didn't I?
Depends who you ask.
You.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're also a deer, so.
I am a deer. Wait, the ones that break into your garden and eat all the leaves off your trees, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're writing all this down for future security question, fraud, such identity theft. What was your first pet's maiden name? Yeah.
I'm calling the FBI, don't worry everyone.
See, I have this fun one, right? Because I never use the very, very first streets, ever. I always use the first ones I actually remember, like first street, first pet, and all that. So whenever they ask for the, like, you know, there was that whole what's your stripper name? It's like the first pet plus the first street you lived on. I can very, very happily say that my stripper name is Indiana Jones Melrose, knowing that I will never use those as my security questions, ever. But knowing that was my first pet, was a guinea pig called Indiana Jones, and the first street was Melrose, Sussex. And yeah, it's a great stripper name though, isn't it? What?
Goopy Goose!
A Gooby Goose!
That has a really good ring to it.
That has
too.
a great ring to it. I love it. Does she look like Stella Cantabella from Professor Layton v Phoenix, right? We should play that one.
We can't.
Oh, we can't play
They
that
still
one.
haven't re-released it.
That's rubbish. They should re-release that.
Yeah, because I've played the Phoenix Wright games and you've played Professor Layton.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I have not played any Professor Layton games.
I genuinely love this typo gang. This is great.
Yeah. Clearly we need to change our channel name to Hangy Hydra.
Yeah.
I have typoed.
Hangy Hider.
Oh my god. I have actually typoed my artist name on my business cards once.
Yeah.
I wrote Grimpy Griffin.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Grimpy Griffin. And I sent it off to the printer. I was like, oh god, I just ordered 500 business cards, which back then was a lot for me. These days I'm like, oh well, 500 with a typo, whatever. But I was like, oh god. So I sent them a message and they fixed it for me, because they are also a really fast printer. Like, you send it off, and usually within an hour it's in production.
Yeah,
So
that
I
was
like, that was it. That was all.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm Grimpy Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog Third Street is an extremely good stripper name. I think.
Yes. Yes.
You still don't know you're gonna put your phenomenal.
Oh,
See, I'm
it's so
glad
hard.
that I see. Sometimes I still read that as phenomenal.
You have problems.
I do.
You're like,
I
science.
love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
enjoy your balls, Goose.
Quite jelly.
Mm-hmm. No, they're cheesy, not jelly.
Read your line.
Sorry, I want to explain that I am in the kind of mood where, like, earlier on, my mum was like giving us a lift somewhere, And she was just like, oh yeah, I noticed there was a bit of a jam further up. I don't really know what kind it was. And I was like, yeah, strawberry.
And I didn't actually hear that first chunk, so I had no idea what the fuck you two were talking about. I had no idea why you suddenly started talking about jam. I was like, why are we talking about raspberry versus strawberry jam? But I guess I missed something. Like,
Yeah.
I literally was convinced that somebody had dropped some jam along the road.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
But no, we were debating whether or not we were more likely to come across strawberry or raspberry in the UK.
I think raspberry.
So you think raspberry, Mum thought strawberry, and I wasn't sure.
In this area, raspberry.
In this area, like, more like a compote.
Yeah.
Maybe an onion jam. Chutney.
Online.
Fine. You just don't like it when I say chutney. That's right, yeah. It don't pay to expect too much.
It's man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world.
No. It's AI slop.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Do you? Really?
In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Baroque van Sieks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact.
Quite so, quite so.
Are we even sure he was shot?
Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances? Yes, Judge. Most certainly, my lord.
I just kind of want like a looping animation of him doing that little head nod and just set it to like metal
I'm sure it exists.
music, just
Yeah.
head banging.
Yeah, just like ye olde days. With the Phoenix Wright sprites.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's true. Yeah,
uh-huh.
that's just like back in the when.
Yeah, yeah. Very well, then you may proceed, counsel.
Hello, Game Face. No, we want to just give up and leave our bestie to die. Yeah, right. Is he our bestie now? Oh my god.
As far as Van
so
Zieks.
romantic. Van Leeks.
No. Just don't go there, please. Please don't.
Oh, I don't know anything about that notice board. I just wiped my hand on it. That's all. I just want this man to take off his weird prosthetic lip.
So you admit that it wasn't the board you wiped your bloody hand on?
Wow, there's no need for language like that. Admit it? What's to admit? It's there plain as day for all to see. A smashing print of my right hand.
Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it into the corner, did you?
No. No. Imagine the weight of that great lump. Do I look like a powerful and well-nurtured man?
So yeah, AZ, I'm convinced this is currently a jealous ex scenario.
Yeah, jealous is ex is fighting another prosecutor in court and not him. I agree. Yeah.
Well, did you see anybody else moving the board?
I've got nerves of steel, I can tell you. But even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was precious little light inside of her. My bottom lip was all a quiver. Well, that was uncomfortable. Oh. In other
She commits to the bit.
I do. Ooh, it tingles and stings. Just be glad I'm not doing all the lines like that. In other words, words, this witness is unable to give definite testimony on that point.
Yes, so it would seem.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
Hold it!
When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks?
That's what you want to think about, sunshine. Yeah, what else? And there's the Priory School just round the corner, see?
Oops.
Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow their school to kingdom come. So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Snitches get stitches,
Oh,
ma'am.
you have?
Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt. So I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them and then they burn more, see? And then, praise the Lord again, the kids will come back to me, the my mum. Everyone's happy, see?
What a racket.
No, I don't know the meme of the kid saying, "It's minging, suck your dad." I don't know that. I don't know that.
I don't know it either.
I'll look it up.
Sorry everyone, she's looking it up. It's important.
It is important. Oh wait, it's not. It's not. Is it the Paradise Punch Calypso Lemonade one? They just had this Calypso. It's fucking minging one. Is it that one? Please tell me it's that one. I love it. Yeah, that's one. Hang on, let me see. Hang on, I'll fill it up. I like that one. It's really funny.
You don't know what Foyers plays, huh?
I've just found
Oh.
this Calypso. It is fucking minging. Paradise Punch Lemonade. It is fucking minging. Suck your dad. Minging is fucking minging.
Yes,
Yeah,
good.
no, you're right.
Honestly, yes.
Like, I'd forgotten about the suck your dad part.
Yes,
No, yeah, it's minging. It's fucking minging. You're right, though.
It's so good.
I'll see what I can
Just keep going.
Course. And sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
Venus is a guileless. What?
Guileful.
Guileless. Jesus Christ, I can't read. Goddess indeed.
do. Bloody hell, the judge is gone and simping. We've
Uh-oh.
lost it all. Oh, boy.
Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it.
Alright, Depot. No, wait.
What? What's wait?
Wait.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
What? Is Beppo Finch?
She's minging.
Gun noise could be firework. Yeah, I think so. I think it
Yeah,
might
I
be.
think so, yeah.
I think it might
for
be.
sure. Yeah, because we also checked the firework.
Yeah,
and it said it sounded just
sounded
like a gunshot.
Yeah, the big one that she sold us for 600 pence,
Yeah.
I reckon. Because I'm wondering if he was even shot.
Yeah.
Could he have been stabbed by some kind of sword? I wonder.
Anyway, I'm gonna ask Beppo.
Excuse me.
Beppo
What is she
Beppo.
lying about? Everything.
Pretty much.
She dobs kids in when they buy fireworks off her. So the teachers take the fireworks away. And then she sells them more fireworks. Because she's on the grift.
Yeah.
She's hustling in it.
She's on that grind.
She is.
Yeah. Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich.
If if I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it?
No. Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Philosophical thoughts, deep philosophical thoughts.
Yeah, Venus there is definitely bringing the musky grind set.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say there was a great liar,
A great detective.
and that great liar said without batting an eye, telling barefaced lies is my kind of thing. I'm ever so good at it. Would those words of hers be a lie too? Or the truth? In which case, she's not a liar.
Oh, I see. One of us always lies, and one of us always tells the truth.
Thanks, Beppo.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Just...
Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But, it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying, are you?
What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that, and I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set 'em off. That'll give you something to tremble about.
That's somebody's kink.
Ah, you have a startling, disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady. So, Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich?
Well, if it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, please, sir?
Old blabbermouth here, headed for the room where the gunshots seem to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him too. That's right, that rotten liar over there.
Do you mean to say that you did in fact betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What did I tell you, eh? I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I?
Yes, you mentioned it.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Yeah, she is a nasty little thing, but she's definitely serving.
Oh yes. Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch?
Yes, she absolutely did. She did like that with her butt. Yeah.
So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief!
I think if your ass is rough enough that you can light matches on it, you probably need to moisturize.
You could also argue her dress is just of a really coarse fabric.
That's true too.
Because she's poor and all.
Of course.
Allegedly, because
Yeah.
I don't think she's nearly as poor as she makes herself out to be.
I mean, that
with her
hair
little
is
match
pretty
girl.
glossy, but yeah, she does have that whole little match girl vibe. But she's more sort of OnlyFans little match girl,
Yeah.
I think.
Like, I think
So-
she has so much. Yeah.
On the other hand, I mean, like, if that helps her sell firecrackers, then
Well,
get that bag.
I
But
know, but
I ain't judging.
that was just taking advantage of dumb kids, and therefore, like, you know.
I mean, she'd probably get a really good marketing job these days.
Yeah, she did great. Like,
She
she can get hired by Mr. Beast.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem.
Yeah, not a problem. Take advantage of all
Yeah.
those dumb little kids who
Yeah.
buy stuff, steal their parents' credit cards. Perfect. Can I introduce you to some snacks?
There are a few things that I hate more in modern society than it is influencers.
Influencers taking advantage of kids.
Oh yeah, legitimately so wild.
Yeah, it's like the number of influencer blind bag toys I've seen lately, including ones like influencers that I actually quite liked.
Yeah, I'm like, what is
And now
this?
they're just selling like blind bags, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, but like the toys, I don't like them personally, like full stop. And I always hate it when I see like, what is it, like Gary's Dollhouse or whatever?
Yeah.
Like there's some really cute stuff, and I see it in the store, and I'm like, oh, that's adorable. Oh, it's like an influencer thing. But blind bags are something else, I think, because that's like a double icky. I don't know. Because I mean, I don't hate me a blind bag per se, but I do hate that they're usually
price
advertised
point.
towards kids
Yeah.
at a price point that
Yeah.
when I was young used to be for an actual toy that you could see, and the blind bags were always really, really cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the whole point was that you were supposed to buy lots of them, and
Yeah.
these days the blind bags are really expensive,
Like you have
and you don't know what you're gonna get, and like you're marketing that at kids. I don't know. Like I know it's never influencer blind bags. Yeah. There are a few of the ones that like I hate naming names because it feels kind of icky. But there are a few people who have channels that are like based on crafts and stuff that had mascots that kind of came up organically through their crafting. And now they've got like, it was fine when they were just selling plushes and stuff of their mascots, but now they've got like blind bags with multiple of their mascots featured potentially inside. Some of whom are cooler than others, of course. And it would be weird if it had happened once, but it's happened multiple times. But then we keep seeing them everywhere, like supermarkets and that was it. That like, is it the works?
Yeah.
I see it in the works all the time
Yeah.
as well whenever we go in.
Yeah.
It just kind of, I don't know. And like, it's if they weren't marketing them so much towards kids, I wouldn't mind as much.
No.
But yeah, so she'd be doing great as an influencer these days, for sure. Well, now you come to mention
UK boys would be all over this brand.
That's true. I suppose perhaps I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room. Yeah.
Either you clearly remember, or you don't. Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurious act later. I don't.
Oh my god, he's gonna take her out back.
I really want to.
It's burned itself into my retinas. I can't unsee it. And he's wearing garters!
For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth. She doesn't seem to mind.
Perjury does in fact exist in this universe, and the biggest offender is the judge. The fitting punishment? Why I need to restock the court fireworks? Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah, probably. Do you wonder if? I wonder if that's where you get the court fireworks from, and that's why you have fireworks in court. The judge was like, yes. Well, I think it's actually mandatory. I don't think it's a real court case if we don't have fireworks. She's just been buying fireworks off her this whole time.
Yeah, the witnesses lie all the fucking time, and the judge is like, yeah.
Yeah, the judge is like, no, I don't care. Yeah, and the judge himself. Just talks bullshit. I think we've been accused of maybe.
Yeah, definitely when we like gave a wrong thing at one point.
and
He was like, "Whoa!"
He's like, "Oh, if you keep on talking like that, I'm gonna
shoot you out
shoot
of the
you."
back.
Yeah.
Yes, my lord.
Maybe I did sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek into the room where it all happened.
Hold it!
Eugenia did also get arrested for perjury at the end of Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 1.
Yeah, she did. And after that, she became a detective.
And after that, she became a detective because crimes are Yep.
Yeah. You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
Are you into it? Well, I suppose so. Don't really know, to be fair. If you want my
Tamagotchi requires aid.
So will mine in like
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Just
boys.
need to turn out the Tamagotchi's lights. Off. Good night, Tamagotchi. Yeah, Kobold got egg.
If you want my advice, though, I take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
All right. But you did, in fact, go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying.
The truth, please.
Well, alright. Just a bit then.
There you go. Now yours, once it's light turning out.
I mean, girl my age is curious about stuff. You know?
Did you touch anything at the scene?
Please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I had a look to see if there was anything I could smell. So, I did give the place a once over, but there was nothing to write home about.
What
Right.
about being caught telling the truth? No, never.
Now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please! As if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had.
The truth, please.
Well, alright then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flipping thing. Flipped the blasted thing.
You're telling us that you did move that board?
I think that did slip out, didn't it?
What? You daft bomb pot!
I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think. So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken perhaps? To sell?
Oh, please! I should be so lucky.
The truth, now!
I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose.
No thoughts, any grind. Someone that repeated the truth, please. I'm beginning to understand why she kept throwing bottles and glasses. Yeah, right? Like, oh, I see. I also need to decide on something that I'm going to do to relieve some of this rage.
A bit of junk like this can't be worth much if you ask me.
Gina?
So it was you, was it? You're the one what took it.
Gina? Young lady, may I remind you where you are?
That watch there. That was a present to Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago.
Oh no. Not 10 years ago, case. The case of 10 years
That
ago.
case.
The-
The 10 year ago case. Gregson's case.
The professor case, no doubt.
Yeah, it's gonna give it the time of death. Uh-huh.
Gotcha. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub.
How was he still hungry?
How was he still hungry? He's been eating chips all day.
I see.
A case that he specifically was associated with 10 years ago. The 10 years ago case.
I swiped it off him once and blimey was he upset. He gave me a right earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
Possibly not the best thing to go diving for,
Happy birthday, 10 years case.
It's not all that, no. I took it to Jabez's that night to ask how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Said it wasn't working. Knocked about and worthless, he called it. Ah! I knew I should have lifted it. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once. Oh, please, just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done. Not a chance! I'll swipe it from you if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again. Okay, but I want them to fight. I very much want them to fight.
You want a cat fight in court?
I kind of do.
I mean, Gina is allowed to beat the fucking shit out of this
Oh yes,
woman,
she
if I'm honest.
absolutely is, and she will. I have no doubt of it, which is why I want to see it so much. This case is taking so long, it'll have its 11th birthday soon. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's enough. Hand the watch to the bailiff forthwith.
£10 on Gina. That's
Yeah.
a lot of money. Gina will win. You don't have to worry. Let's prepare it for adulthood while we're at it. Oh, we need to give the case some trauma.
How else would it?
How else will it know how to survive in the real world? Let's prey on its weaknesses and make sure it knows that we're its daddy or something. Oh god, who's going to tell the case about the birds and the bees? I vote Fanseeks
Yeah, definitely.
gets to
Francis.
do it. You're adopted. Is that good? Yes, that is good. Case? 10 years case? You're adopted. Fanseeks is your daddy now. Enjoy.
Now, children, watch your manners.
It's like he's talking right to us.
Good lord! The glass appears to be broken.
More than likely, it shattered when the inspector was shot.
It doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Does the labourer ruined your joke? I'm sorry, but it was funny.
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5. Exactly when the gunshot was heard then.
My screaming ass.
It supports the prosecution's claim, of course.
Gregson's pocket watch has been entered into the court record. Inspector Gregson's pocket watch that he wound without fail every single day. It's no longer ticking and the glass over the face is cracked.
We better investigate that.
Yeah, like, Judge, I don't care what you actually have to say. Let me get to the court record. Come on, fuck off.
The fireworks should have shot. I mean, she could have smashed it. Oh! That's what the key was for. That's
Yeah.
what the. So maybe he was winding it
Oh, with the little toy
with the
soldier.
little toy policeman
When he got shot.
when he got
Shot.
shottied.
Shot. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But that's definitely what it's from.
Mhm, yeah. Ah, there's a tiny. Oh, sorry. Ah, there's a tiny little keyhole. Keyhole.
Pardon?
Yeah, keyhole.
Keyhole.
Oh, yes, that's probably for the winder used to wind up the mechanism.
It looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes, You'd need just the right key to wind it, I imagine.
Please let me put these things together.
I
Okay?
really want to do that.
Why do I feel as though I've seen something?
Because we have.
Something a little bit like a key that's about the right
Because it was.
size to fit in this hole.
It would be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully
Oh.
over what we've already found. But
Okay.
we have a little
Let's-
policeman with his
let's
dick
see.
out because you pull his hat and he goes
Come
pshwoing.
Yeah, like, we had a whole conversation about this. I don't need to see this again. Just twist it.
Twist the policeman's neck. And then
Ta-da!
yeah, that's what she said. It appears to be some sort of key.
It's tiny though. Couldn't be a key for a door, not at that size. So what is it for, I wonder? Please!
Are you
God!
squidding me?
Mrs. Otto, do you think perhaps this key could be the key for the for Inspector Gregson's watch?
No! Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose. Literally had a stick up his ass.
Oh!
And now it's no longer stuck at 5. We've fucked up the evidence.
I knew it! A perfect fit! And again, everybody's just watching us go like,
they're like,
oh!
oh! And look! The inspector's watch has started going again.
Aha, so it has obviously just not been wound up, that's all. So,
So
that means
that
it kept going.
presumably means that it kept going
Yeah,
until
after-
it stopped because he hadn't wound it up, potentially because he hadn't had a chance to wind it up,
Yeah,
because he dropped his little
yeah,
stick man.
yeah. What is it, Mrs. Otto?
Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications.
Don't speak in riddles. She's eating flips now.
Well, yeah, it just wound down, so the time of death is not conclusive at all.
Exactly. Perhaps I'd better start thinking deeply too.
Oh, no, please don't.
Details have been updated in the court record. Inspector Gregson's pocket watch that he wound without fail every single day. Having wound it up, it started ticking again. It's kind of threatening with flames at the side, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, well,
There's nothing else on it, right?
we can bip the bipper.
There's a tiny little stub sticking out from the small hole here.
I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for setting the time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of his watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene. Maybe? Oh, that is actually an important hint.
That's
Oh.
an extremely important hint.
The glass over the face really is badly cracked. Look.
What a shame when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
Yes, I should think so, but I have no idea why.
He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
Try to remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Naruhodo, not an odd job man.
Yeah, I would dispute that. Okay, so the top bit is missing.
Gina said that he normally winds it when he's waiting for his dinner,
Yeah.
meaning that 5 o'clock would potentially be approximately when it normally is wound down,
Yeah.
depending on when he eats his dinner.
Yeah.
And if he's talking about the kind of dinner that you have at the lunch, or the kind of dinner that you have at the dinner,
Uh-huh.
you gotta go get ready to have dinner with your partner's dads. Well, have fun with your partner's dads, Aza. That sounds actually pretty, maybe neat. I don't know. Thanks for dropping by.
Aye.
It was good to see you. That's Sholmes propaganda. Yeah, that's okay. Does Sholmes need propaganda, do you think?
I think he does, in order to keep his OnlyFans going.
Oh, yeah,
It's the only way he can pay rent, isn't it?
good point. It's true, he's not paying rent, so he needs to spice that one up a bit. You and your partner are going to help cook the food? That sounds actually really fun.
He does.
So I hope you have a good time.
Mm.
I don't know why I just waved. I waved at you. Just I
Just so you
waved.
know, the creaking was her waving.
Yeah, my chair's actually got worse since I oiled it that one time.
Yeah.
It squeaks real bad now. So At least when I wave, you can kind of.
Get the wave movement.
Yeah, like it's I get sound effects. So
Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least.
And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case.
Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel.
the baby's back in your hoodie and no longer pressing buttons on the keyboard.
I will admit,
Well done for corralling the baby. What?
for a second, I forgot you were talking about a cat, and I was like, goblin baby?
Goblin baby.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life, and I meant to push Beppo.
Sorry, Mr. Sandwich.
You remind me of the babe.
Oh. I'm ignoring you.
Hold it!
I was too focused on not pressing the wrong button 5 times in a row.
Baby's a cat.
You did go to see what happened in the room, didn't you?
Fresno Street is my whole world. It's all I know, and I know all of it. I have to make it my business to know if I want to hold my sign up high.
So you did go to see what had happened?
It's not the destination that's important. It's how you get there, isn't it?
And did you notice the notice board in the room?
If you think about it, we're both the same species, aren't we? Both different members of the sign family.
I can't cope with that. I cannot cope that we had that in an ad break.
So, if I'd spotted it, I might have tried to strip it up out of a scene of rivalry. I admit.
Someone really needs to tell you that you're Homo sapiens and not Homo science.
I mean, I cannot deal with the fact that ad break made everybody miss that he said that he and the notice board as signs were both basically the same species. Oh, thank you for the gift subs, Gannon Doodhouse.
Oh my gosh!
No more ads! That's amazing. Suggestion Tiny Cobble Discord server specifically so you can spam everyone with pics of faff. I honestly like that.
Uh-huh.
We probably should do
Uh-huh.
at some point.
Uh-huh.
Stream Sadwa.
Problem is, I am not
Saying
Discord savvy.
Oh yeah, that too.
And I would need somebody to moderate our server.
That's true too.
Because neither of us has time to do it. That's really my main issue.
It's
for
true. It's the
why I don't
moderation
run it.
that's the problem. Not that I don't trust anybody who's here, but
No. So if you want to volunteer as a person who wants to read on our...
as somebody said today, your community is only as good as the worst person you don't ban.
Well, that's not wrong.
No ads, only fanons. Yeah. But does that mean that you didn't notice the board? Well, it's a notice board. You have to notice it.
I can only repeat what I said
Before even, but you know.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
In which case, just who was responsible for moving the notice board?
Well, that Reaper, I bet. He's got a face that screams.
Hold it!
Blood!
What exactly do you mean by that?
They're only just finding Beppo annoying now.
Oh, come on now. Don't tell us you've not noticed. It looks like he hates everything in the world, that fella.
I mean,
yeah.
please, can we just get Fun Zeeks in here for a second?
but not notice boards. They're the one thing he likes. You can see it in his eyes.
I can't say I'd ever noticed.
I'll tell you one thing for free, though. I never took my eyes off that man on the floor. Or off the Reaper. Not for a second.
What, you cross-eyed or what?
Yeah, Ghost does the kind of same for me, but these days I get the impression people expect like so many advanced things on Discord
Yeah.
servers, and it scares me. I wish I could just host a simple chat.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah.
It's like I'm old and decrepit.
Yeah.
I. Sorry.
Well, I was that scared I couldn't. You never know what a fiend like that might do if you look away, do ya?
I can do it.
We
but
can
I
try.
will still require an extra mod.
Yeah.
That's the problem, because I am not around enough for a chat. Like, I live like a hermit.
Mm.
You might sometimes see me reply in chats, and then I disappear for a week.
Well, I'm notorious for just closing Discord. Like, the only reason Discord ever gets open on my PC is because it auto boots. And before I eat my breakfast, I close it because I have so many unread notifications from channels that I forgot to mute
Yeah.
that it overwhelms me and I close it again. So there are probably so many people with unread messages that I didn't see. I'm just like, ah. But yeah,
Yeah, no, I might see about
just a nitty bitty one. would
yeah,
be
I
fun,
could
but-
redo the one that's also linked to Patreon,
That's true.
and just redo that.
We will not have 10,000 channels.
No. Yeah, I usually join a server and then I mute it.
Yeah.
I never
That's-
check it again.
Yeah.
The classic.
Mm.
I so wish we still had forums.
Yeah.
They moved relatively slowly,
Yeah.
sometimes fast, but that was the way it is. But it wasn't like Discord where you blink and
then-
suddenly,
Yeah, suddenly you've missed like the entire new topic
yeah,
and yeah.
yeah. It's also like forums you could easily check things.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, no, I really miss forums. That's the
if I
thing.
could, I would just start like, hey, can we just have a chat forum?
Yeah, genuinely like loathe that Squarespace doesn't offer forums.
Oh,
Because that would be so good. Just
yeah,
post
it's
that
like
on
old
our
school,
on our
like,
like regular business website.
yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
Because back in the days, you just create a forum for everything.
Yeah.
Like
Like
you-
every single webcomic had a forum.
Yeah. If you had like a guild in a video game, you just have a forum.
Yeah, we did used to have one for that,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah, we
Which I'd
did.
forgotten about
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
I even did like banner artwork and shit for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I'm old.
So old.
And I just don't like the modern way of always A, being on, and B, getting instant replies. I'm
Yeah.
like, hi, I'm doing other things.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you right now.
Yeah.
And it's not a personal attack.
No, it's
I am doing other things.
100% that, yeah. Like, I'd also just get so overwhelmed by like all the constant chats and stuff.
Yeah.
Also because like if anybody from my family messages me, I have to respond instantly,
Yeah.
and I instantly then get burned out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It just, yeah. You know, one of my favorite things were actually Ukaki boards. They were so fun. Even if I didn't have a good drawing tablet, I just spent hours doodling, you'd post it, and it was a bit like a forum with art. It's good. It's good times.
I was always really scared of them.
They were scary. I forget actually where my main one was. But it had a lot of Breath of Fire artists. That was cool. Anyway, sorry.
I think the last actual no. That's neat. Anyway.
If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board. Yeah.
Aye, that I can. The Reaper did nothing of the sort. I can swear to that.
I couldn't have missed it if he'd heaved the thing upright again and dragged it into the corner.
Right. Glad we've cleared that up.
What's happened to the face that screams bored?
I feel you bring it too much. I can't see how this changes anything anyway.
I am not using wigs.
Oh no, we are not. No, oh, we can't. That's on the bad.
Wix is very much currently on the bad list. Sadly.
Yeah. No, I
Yes,
think
thank
we
you
still
for looking
can't discuss on Twitch, can we?
I don't believe we can, in fact, discuss why Wix
Oh.
is one of the places that we're currently not using right now. But yeah, Wix
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
those ones.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot. Oh no! Fuck! Bullocks! Not much to go on.
These things are just making it from scratch. It's like I don't know how to code. Oh no, I'm not learning that. Unity? Yes. Forum coding? No.
No. And there must be some old ones around still. Maybe I'll look
Yeah.
into it. Maybe I'll just be archaic and be like, hey!
I would also just point out briefly, like the Unity left such a bad taste in my mouth. Like genuinely loathe their freaking tutorial, their actual
Oh, sorry.
learning
I
pathway.
woke up my keyboard.
Oh, did you? Oopsie. Well, in about half an hour, I think it is, it'll
Yeah.
probably disconnect again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like casually following their tutorial and they were like, expert challenge. Use Gen AI to sorry, I'm trying not to look at what you're
Yeah,
typing,
don't.
but it's really distracting me. Yeah, use Gen AI or like to find out how to write the code for a day-night cycle. And I was like, how about you just tell me to like Google it?
Yeah.
Like genuinely. I don't need to ask ChatGPT how to code.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was like, maybe it is actually, after a while, I was like, maybe it's actually valid. Maybe I'm being an asshole. And it's the one thing that you actually can use. Because it's not that much different than a search engine, kind of.
Yeah.
Except where it is. And it turns out that even Unity's built-in actual, like, large learning model chatbot gives garbage code.
Yeah.
Like, Unity's own thing that was actually trained on C# gives garbage code. And it's like, why is this part of your effing tutorial, you nasty skanks? And it made me feel so gross about the whole thing. I'm still gonna learn it, but ew!
Yeah.
Yeah, most links suggest making it from scratch and you don't know the code. Yes.
Yeah.
You just assumed your mouse had died. That's Dr. Mouse MD to you, actually.
It's fine. Everybody can just listen to me.
Don't you
clacking.
love it? No, I absolutely adore it. It's brilliant. And so instead I just found like 7 million YouTube tutorials telling me how to, you know, do a day-night cycle in
Yeah.
Unity. When they gave me the results I needed and I didn't have to load up ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It made me feel actually a little bit sick. Also, it's so pointless.
Yeah. It's
Like, hey, you want to learn to code? How about you just ask this thing how to do it for you? And then it was like, if it still doesn't work, maybe you can ask ChatGPT, like, about why it won't work. I'm like, oh, sure, as if it will know. As if this thing has any kind of context. It's just going to be like, what's a day-night cycle? Have you asked me about that before? I have no memory of this place. I think. I don't know. Anyway, I hated it. Ahem. As you've pointed out, Mr. Naruto, there's no question that the notice board was moved, so somebody must have done it.
But it did happen after the event, so maybe Kazuma is right and it's not relevant to the case.
But it seems to have been deliberately positioned so as to hide the body from view.
Yeah.
So I feel sure that there's some deeper significance to all of this.
We need to talk to the guy who, like, is one and the same with sight. Yes, I know what you mean.
I've no doubt there are more clues to be uncovered. You're on the right track, I can feel it. So follow your instincts.
Right then. Just let me talk to him, please.
It's just reinventing the wheel, but worse for a new thing and exploitation's sake. No, I agree. And also, it's dangerous.
Oh my god,
Not
oh my
so much
god.
in the coding aspect, but another aspect.
We were, like, talking about one of your mother's clients.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he did, she told, like, basically
She
his whole
does
spiel.
bookkeeping.
Yeah, she does bookkeeping. That the guy, he doesn't like printing out all his receipts for his purchases.
Yeah, he doesn't like printing everything out because he's trying to go green.
Yeah.
But this man has a Mid-Journey subscription.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, I hate to break it to you, mate, but that doesn't offset.
Oh, such
It's like, yeah, I was telling, she was asking how she was supposed to spot AI stuff. And I was explaining to her how you know, like the general telltale signs and stuff, because her crochet teacher is really anti-AI for obvious reasons, because of all the crochet patterns and stuff, and also just generally because it's nasty. The Gen AI stuff, anyway. Again, I don't have a problem with the AI that they use, like, medically. That, you know, sifts through stuff at a rate and flags things. As long as that's got a reasonable, what's the word? Like, oh my god. Not tolerance. You know, like, so it's not just throwing stuff out unnecessarily. So it's flagging stuff where it doesn't necessarily have to flag stuff, but just because it's not sure. You know, that. But like, yeah, that system does need to be supervised. Yeah, they can't just have it making decisions on its own.
Yeah.
But like, for example, my mum had like a little growth on her nose at one point. I think it was last year.
Last year.
Was it the year before?
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But she got it seen, and the scan was taken, and AI basically went through all the photos that it took. Like, they have an AI system that scans all the photos of everybody's, like, facial lesions, whatever, and measures it up against other ones of similar types, and flags it whether or not it needs urgently looking at or not urgently or whatever. And it this is the thing, in the end, AI we use is designed to sift through data and go, yo, this odd, not here is a candlestick dinner, pour bleach into a pan.
Exactly that.
Exactly that. Like, I love that. Like, I mean, I think AI is great for sifting through shit tons of data.
Because also we don't have enough humans
Because,
to do
yeah,
it.
we literally don't have enough humans to do it. And it flagged up her little thing as being potentially dangerous. So she got a biopsy, it came back completely benign, which, you know, that's my mum's luck. I mean, I'm happy, don't get me wrong, but she was really acting like she was going to die. Which, even if it had been, like, a bad one, it was still probably fine.
Yeah. That would have been like, oh,
It would have been like, yeah, cool, well, you're going to have surgery to take it off and we'll keep an eye on it, rather than like, but she was literally just swanning around the house like she was going to die.
She felt fine, by the way.
Yeah, she did feel fine. I was the one who made her get it checked out in the first place. She was like, oh, you think it's not just like a little thing?
I mean, we know we sound mean, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right, Ganadoodles. There are so much stuff that's being advertised as AI right now that's just algorithm.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the algorithms that, like, sort through business trends and stuff. And it's like, yeah, do you mean the stuff that you would have called our algorithm, like, 4 years ago?
Yep.
Because,
Yep.
like, also, I know I have a knee-jerk reaction when I hear AI.
Yeah.
Because, and it's not a positive one.
Well,
And I know a lot of people do.
it's fine.
But AI is the new blockchain, which is the new quantum. Yeah, actually, it's a good point.
Yeah.
Just, I hope it's one of those buzzwords that's just gonna fall off soon. But
Not soon enough. That's for sure.
But yeah, Anyway, I don't have a problem with some of it, but it does still need supervision. But I have a real problem with Gen AI because I think it's dangerous and implemented in places where it really shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, bleach makes a lovely addition to rosé kind of situation. Or, hey, how to stop your cheese sliding off the pizza? Add more glue. I mean, yeah.
Works though.
I mean, it's true, it does.
I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
Hold it!
No, it didn't. This is actually the thing we need to push for as well. Because... Anyway, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon that you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it?
Maybe the notice board fell over, or maybe it didn't. Maybe I fell over, or maybe I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way, because the gunshot we all heard. So your fate's sealed too. Okay, don't get like this.
Wow.
My fate.
That's right. The defense is fated to lose.
That's my fucking...
Alright.
And the prosecution to win.
In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot, yeah. So if I could just find some problem with that part of their story.
It may be possible to change all our fates.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click through.
It's okay, I can read
Of course, none of that changes the fact that I heard what I heard, does it?
And now we have to go through this again because it was the last one. Not much to go on. I'm just gonna push.
You're fated to get my fist in your face in a minute, because I'm like, yes, that's true.
It's like, oh no, it's so sad because Zuma died. We miss him. And I'm like, I'm going to punch you. Potentially kick you in the face if you keep doing this. Good goose. Okay, so I think, considering he really goes on about like here the gunshot,
Yeah.
I still wonder
Bang, bang.
if we need to present the watch.
Watch your firecrackers.
Fireworks?
Good see is good goose, yes. And definitely not
Yeah.
good see,
I
which
am
is
not
what I thought
pronouncing
you were.
that.
I thought you were saying it first
I-
because I am old and have been on the internet for a long time.
I do want to present Hold it! Fuck it! Oh my god, press the
Well,
button.
I guess we're pressing him.
Yeah.
I can't tell. I don't know the fireworks or the clock, but like
The clock, I think, is more when we go for potentially like being
to
nitpicky.
prove it, maybe, or like nip. I don't
Okay,
know.
I'll go through all the statements again, please.
Oh, it's so difficult.
Okay, so he's just like, I don't know anything about noise, of course. And she's like, oh, maybe I just
I did. Yeah, I liked it in a minute.
I don't know, it's a spice
He's just a sign boy.
Reaper. His face that
He
screams.
does have a face that screams bored, though. I mean, nobody's denying that.
And then the final one. God, please don't continue.
Yeah, here it's a gunshot. He says, so I guess fireworks. I think, like, yeah. Although I've been wrong before when I've been like, I think that's the most obvious thing.
Well, let's present it. Objection. Oh, the music didn't change. The last statement is dictionary to a number of ways I think you'll find.
Come on.
A number of ways, you say? That's right, my lord. In a number of ways. Perhaps it would serve you well to concentrate your efforts on one contradiction at a time, counsel.
Oh my god, but the bang, go bang. You go bang, bang.
I made a bit of a mess of that. In a number of ways, actually. Okay, I'll reload because otherwise I could continue, but it makes people jump.
Yeah, it makes me jumpy. Nah, it's my fault. That was me. I think Socket would have been much more on the fence if I hadn't been like,
Yeah.
Power!
I would have been like, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I don't even want to. This is still
Have
the
we
one.
pressed everybody on everything?
Yeah, we have. As far as I know. Present. I'm gonna try. Present.
Objection!
Objection! Ha 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 ha
It did
ha!
make sense.
I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch.
I'm retiring. A key.
And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it in fact still works. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermined one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built.
What?
Yeah, I think the fireworks come into play later on when we're trying to, like, it wasn't a gun then, it was some firecrackers. Anyway, order! 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 But counsel! The watch has stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just when we heard that gunshot.
It is exactly the hour.
The time that was shown on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection!
No, you're clowning, my sir.
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So that's obviously when this crime was committed.
Objection!
Yeah, like we have to sit with the picture of the missing guy's wife here the entire time,
Yeah.
now, right?
No, that doesn't hold.
Why not?
Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago.
Boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. Evening, so that puts the kibosh on my question. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. Was he dead? When was the last time we saw him?
A while ago.
Gregson. Like, when was the last time he was actually seen alive?
Yeah.
Because 5 p.m. is too early for dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he
Like-
might have died the previous day then, is what we're saying, or...
I'm wondering.
Well, that could be. And then, like... I mean, let's not forget that Van Zieks was sent here by Strongheart, potentially.
That's true.
Like,
Your
and he
parents
can't
used
talk
to
about
do
it.
dinner at 5 when you were a kid. That's fair. Yeah, no, right. No, like a 5 p.m. kick out does seem pretty early. And like normally watches don't have a strict 24-hour limit either.
No.
It's normally a little bit of leeway so that, you know, you don't lose any time if you don't wind it down once
Yeah.
a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally, I think, on more of like a sort of a 30-hour type. I don't know, it's been a while since I had a wind-up watch in my
I
life.
also just gotta wonder, like, you know, the top bit that says the time has been broken off. Could somebody have reset the watch?
That is possible too,
Like,
actually,
to
isn't
the
it?
incorrect time.
Yeah.
To make it
Yeah,
look.
like after it got
Yeah.
broken
Mhm.
and stopped. That's true.
Reset the watch, use the firecrackers, get people to check it out potentially.
Yeah, actually make a scene
Yeah,
and make it look like he just
Yeah.
died when he'd actually died
yeah.
a while ago. Yeah, I think the last time we actually saw him was when he gave us the report, I think. Or,
Yeah, when we
yeah,
saw him.
when we saw him. But I
Yeah.
don't know when Ginny last saw him, for example.
He's just been out doing his own
Yeah.
thing from what I can tell. Like they said, the yard, he just goes out by himself and he doesn't get anybody else involved. So it's also like dodge.
Yeah, very dodge.
Uh,
It meant the world to him, that watch did. Yeah, the candles don't make sense.
no, they really
Yeah.
don't.
I mean, he obviously died well before Van Zieks came in.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the candles don't make sense. But could it be that it's actually the previous day, rather than just earlier in the day, or 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense either, because then his watch would have died down. That would still be the. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
somebody I reckon could easily have
Yeah, I don't
after
know.
the watch. I don't know.
The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day, in the evening.
Also, 5 o'clock is never the evening.
No. But we can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound this timepiece on the evening before he died as well. Yes, that would be entirely reasonable. But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day.
Oh boy!
Well, how do you explain it then?
In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch.
You can't mean...
What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead. Called it! Order! Order! Counsel! That is a most extraordinary claim. Oh,
Objection.
what shit we want.
It's true, he could have been tied up or something.
Extraordinary isn't the word. It's absurd.
I need to really start pulling out the clown wig again.
We really do, yeah.
You claim he was already dead the night before. Oh, do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that?
I mean,
We're assuming that the coroner isn't just straight up lying. It's not like they have a history of doing that or anything.
no, it's like, oh no, we don't.
Oi.
We don't trust the coroners anymore. It's
Gee.
On that subject, there is something rather surprising.
no time of death on the
Yeah,
thing.
quite.
And there's actually an omission in the coroner's report.
Yep.
The time of death is not noted.
Ah, that's right.
Wait a minute, you're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door in.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I planted my hand in a dirty great puddle of blood.
Yes. So the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh. Could have been pee.
He catches on fast, doesn't he?
Objection.
But that blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over
Objection.
the
Victim's body after he.
Does my learned friend think that fresh blood is available on every street corner?
Whoa, Kazuma!
I mean, he thinks it's foreplay. Do you think he thinks it's foreplay? I think he thinks it's foreplay.
Excuse me, Kazuma!
He's pulling your pigtails right now.
Uh,
He's just jealous because he's lost his tentacles.
Well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course. We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human.
the problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our abilities.
Sholmes has something that we could use
Yeah,
to
but
make
he's
sure
not-
it's fun. It's
Yeah.
Gregson's blood, but he's banned.
So then, chicken's blood could have been used, for example.
It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all.
Objection.
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question.
We can counter that. Is it though?
Is it though? What?
Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that what these witnesses heard was the gunshot at all.
What do you think, chat? Does anybody have any suggestions as to what it might have been other than a gunshot? I don't think anybody's put forward any reasonable suggestions
No.
yet. Do you? Do you?
I think it was the corpse.
Yeah, I think you're right. Explosive corpse decompression. That's gotta be it. I reckon.
Sorry.
I think. That's very distressing. Thank you, Socketwrench.
Oh, please. What are you trying to say?
Does not know what we heard, and it was a loud bang that came from that there room.
Oh, whoa! Whoa, whoa,
okay, I
whoa,
see.
whoa! Oh, he put his hat
He
back on.
put his hat back on, innit?
As
Now, you listen to me. A street seller's ears are his livelihood.
I don't doubt your ears, sir. But all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise.
I think he probably just whipped off the judge, don't you reckon?
Of course, yeah. Explain yourself then, counsel! A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with...
Wow, what's in our thing? Oh no, I think it was the wig.
Oh shit, you're right. Something like this. The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot.
Imploding omnibus.
Good gracious! The very fireworks that are sold by the witness!
I'm not sorry.
Oh.
Now, hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it? My pretty little firecrackers only make a little pop anyway. See?
Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this. Bang.
Big bada boom.
As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact.
You're trying to suggest that somebody set one of those fireworks off at the scene.
I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day, and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers in Fresno Street to hear.
Objection!
But even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Baroque Van Seeks. One whiff of a match and my firecrackers go pop. See, it's why people like them.
I fear for your fingers, young lady.
Objection!
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned of a very useful invention indeed. Something called a time bomb. Good heavens! A bomb?
You were there, mate.
Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like.
Mr. Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident.
Wow. No, wait. It's the, whenever you like part that's important.
A timed device.
Yes, exactly. A timed device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left. Your extravagant claim will have to be substantiated with evidence, counsel. What proof do you have to suggest in any way that the timed device was employed to create the gunshot sound? I'm saving because I don't 100% know which one that is.
What?
We talked about the fact that the revolver looks fucking weird.
The revolver does look freaking weird.
We can.
But the candles, maybe?
Do we ever?
Yeah, like that little doohickey there is like.
Yeah, so this is the type of revolver that's standard issue for members of the judiciary then.
Yes, and when I asked about where the records are kept about who they're issued to, I was told that for the past 5 years, they've been engraved with a unique serial
Yeah,
number.
that's why I was like, surely we should know.
Yeah, right?
But as far as I can tell, there's nothing like that on this gun.
Which tells us that it must have been issued longer ago than that.
Okay, well,
Seems like a
that's-
bit of an oversight. But like, yeah, do guns normally have like little key rings on there that you can hang your mobile charms from? And do you think he had like a little clay model of a stubby? Stubby.
Okay, can we see anything in this photograph? No.
And the wig. I can't see anything but the wig.
I like how it's also like a spotlight.
Yeah. His watch. Do you think his watch?
Wait, his watch?
Oh, the thing on top.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
point. Yes.
Shit, you're right.
He used to have it on his. Yeah.
God, you're right.
That does look a little bit like.
Yeah. You're suggesting this could have been used as some sort of time delay device? I did think so, my lord. But it's becoming increasingly clear that we've all been very misguided here.
Objection!
Okay, why objection?
Yes, by you.
What? Oh no.
No, quite. But
no,
like.
counsel, the time has come for your penalty. Without delay, okay.
But no, I mean like I think the thing on top of the watch was potentially connected to the
I think so too.
to the revolver, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think.
I don't know, man.
But you'd think that somebody would have noticed if it was attached. Although it looks more like an eye hook thing, doesn't it?
Oh wait, was this? No, that's Greg's photograph.
Yeah, the one with thingamie.
Entry from behind. Standard issue. No, we already used this one.
Yeah. What about the candles? But
Yeah, so like
I still think there's just no way that like time device means something mechanical. I can't think. Or just proof that we can
oh yeah, wait, of course we're gonna have to redo this. I'm gonna have to reset it and I'll save again
Oh yeah, of
after
course.
this. Just in case they ask about this later.
Yeah. Does the barrel on that also have a separate one, or is it just the bit at the bottom?
It's literally just a bit. Basically, it's one big object. There doesn't.
Yeah,
seem
it
to
just
be.
has one.
I'll double
whole
check
thing.
just in case. Yeah, I did try earlier. See, it's
Yeah,
like-
yeah, okay, cool. I just wondered.
Yeah, also double check if there's not like a part of it here that it goes like. Oh no, that's so different. I don't see anything.
Nothing's really standing out to me as weird, particularly. Except that little doohickey at
Yeah.
the bottom, which makes it look like it's a. But it does look. That really does look like.
Oh.
Yeah, right. The candle burning is such a trope, but that really does look like the top bit of a watch.
Yeah.
That bit at the bottom of a gun.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder if they hid. Like that is the same color as the watch, and it doesn't match with the gun at all.
Yeah.
Just makes me wonder if they hid the fact that like they killed him and then cannibalized bits of his
I'm just checking the board.
yeah, that's fine. Double check everything. I assume there are like pins sticking out that are flagging or
Doesn't
anything.
look like it.
But yeah, I think you've got a point with the candles, but I don't know exactly.
Could always try and see what happens.
Scratch next to the fingerprint. Is that flavor text? Or
Yeah, this is
that's
this
not-
will be
it's
in.
just
So there's also a scratch next to the
it's the handprint on the doohickey.
Well, we'll check.
Yeah, there is a little
Oh,
ding
there is,
next to
isn't
the
there?
handprint, but I don't know if that's gonna flag or if it's just flavor.
No, it doesn't seem to flag. It's literally just a hand, which is already done. Well, this just took a. How am I going to prove this? I mean, this is literally just. Huh?
No, it's alright. Sorry, I was gonna ask if I could see the ticket again because obviously that ticket's gonna be important, not that.
Well, you know. Yeah, that was just.
That's his.
I think
Because
this
that's
is
definitely
related.
going to become important.
Yeah. Well, shall we just do the candles and see what happens?
Yeah, you could just tie them to the fireworks, couldn't you? But
I will try the candle.
yeah,
Take that!
but
As the court has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in this candelabrum, thank you, has been blown off. Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet, which presumably passed through the victim. God.
because we've never found a bullet.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible, my lord.
Not possible. Why?
Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle. You'd have to be super close as well for it.
Yeah.
There are? Goodness, yes! But it's not the case. That there are also scorchings on the victim around the bullet entry wound. That's right, there was. But as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun. Aha! Which means that the scorching on the candles can't possibly be the result of a gunshot.
You're suggesting it came from the fireworks?
How could that be, eh?
I don't know. The fact that there's such visible scorching on the candle suggests that the fireworks must have been right next to it when they exploded. Or to put it another way, the candle and firecrackers were joined together. Yeah. So, the culprit somehow attached the firecrackers at the point partway down the candle. After the killer had left the scene, the candle slowly burned down along with the other two, until eventually it ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a loud bang. Dude, those candles have gone down real quick then, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that is weird.
oh man!
Right?
I guess.
Although I guess,
it
yeah, the other
obvious.
one, the other candle went out, and those two candles kept burning afterwards.
Yeah.
So presumably they only just got blown out not that long after maybe even when the police got there.
That is true, yeah. And that is how these three witnesses came to believe they'd heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock. Well, what a plot! And this implies that the victim would have died earlier than we've been led to believe. The previous day, even.
No, just hold your horses. All us lots saw the victim going into the building. Remember?
No, you saw somebody wearing a red wig.
I couldn't forget that flame-coloured hair, even if I wanted to.
The person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all. Consider this.
Ah?
Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. So the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely, wearing the red hairpiece. Someone else? Do you mean to say... It was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer. Ah.
Oh, very impressive. Brainosuke. Ow.
Naruhodo.
Naruhodo.
Kazuma?
I'm really quite amazed you've come this far.
I just love how they've just made like a dramatic version of his theme just
Yeah.
for the courtroom.
It's pretty.
It's like, whoa! Yeah, he's coming full. He's going
He's
full
going so
villain here.
full on his villain that he started choking on his villainy.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean,
that was just method
Yeah.
acting.
He's here to avenge his family's disgrace.
Yeah, which is true, but still. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you?
I mean, did Fuzzy never laugh?
I
in
don't
your
believe
face?
he did ever. Oh, maybe like a casual chuckle.
Yeah. He mostly had breakdowns.
That you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer. I also noted the lack of a time of death in this report, a stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired.
Pointing out God. Order! 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 Prosecutor Asoki! What on earth do you mean by that statement?
I hear that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today.
So we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. The defense's assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopped watch is just conjecture. But while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it.
Well, certainly. I would agree with you.
And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing, and where did he go on the day before the incident?
Do you know?
The inspector always carried out his investigative work alone. His movements were treated as confidential within Scotland Yard.
Even with the yard?
However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing. Wouldn't you, my learned friend? I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating.
Yes, I agree. Surely. My lord, the defense believes it can explain to the court the case that was being investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death. Very well, counsel. Present your arguments to the court. What evidence is suggestive of the case being investigated by the inspector on the day prior to the incident? I'm just gonna, it's pretty obvious, I just need to figure out which one it is.
We're like either the wig or the notice board. Right?
I think the notice board might have like
Because
a
it's got
massive
the article on it. And also
And
the
he's
Team
looking
Rocket
at the red-headed, like,
logo
yeah.
for some reason.
Pardon?
Team Rocket logo.
Oh yeah, Team Rocket. Oh shit, he was investigated Team
He was
Rocket. Is that the
investigating Team
red-headed
Rocket.
league?
I think so.
I mean, is that Jessie's
Yeah.
new?
Yeah, she started up a scam for redheads.
I think. Hold on. Do we have the newspaper?
That's a good point. That is a thing, isn't it?
But
I mean, Sholmes was the one who.
what evidence is suggestive of the case? Okay,
Yeah,
we can't
so
use that because that's
It's
not.
not.
Yeah. So I think the notice board is what we need to
Yeah.
give. I'm leaning towards.
Because
the
we
notice
did say
board.
earlier on that the wig was.
Well, we could use the wig.
The wig belonged to his killer, but did that wig belong to his killer? Or was his killer just wearing a wig?
Should I just do the wig?
I don't want to say. It's either
doing
like
the
the
wig.
article. Okay, we're doing the wig.
I believe this red hairpiece points to the answer.
What was the wig?
We might assume it was part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation. Surely not. Such a brightly coloured hairpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable. You said it was a good wig on him.
Suited him. What's wrong with you people?
Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except, that is, in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League. The Red-Headed League?
So, you'd already worked it out.
What on earth is all this about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen?
The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception.
A deception of what nature, Council?
They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London and tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact.
My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
2 redheads? Oh god, you get to do your Italian accent, aren't you happy?
Oh boy, yes I am. This is going to be fun!
Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece. So, it's very likely that he had a direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events. I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue unexplored.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, It's another possible line of inquiry, Jesus, from us at least. The prosecution will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring these two red-headed league conspirators. I think you conspirators before me, Prosecutor Asogi.
Écoutez et répétez. At once, my lord.
Very good. We will have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned.
Yeehaw.
It's a good place, isn't it? Or do you want to have a short chat with Van Zeeks, probably?
Yeah,
Could be
potentially.
Sholmes, though.
Yeah. It could be either way. Like, well, I think what we'll potentially do is this chunk, and then when we get back into the courtroom, we'll break off.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Because we
for
did start a
everybody?
bit late.
You knew it? Yeah, I knew. I was like waiting for it. I was like, any second now, we're gonna hit a recess, and yeah.
Oh, there you are, Odo. What kept you, my dear fellow?
Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Do you know?
Are you sure about what you said in there? That the boss, you know, actually died the day before? It's pretty hard to swallow. Yes, I was shocked by the revelation too, Gina. As was I! Possibly more shocked than both of you.
It's not a competition, Mr. Sholmes. But I was more shocked than all of you put together.
Well, this is the autopsy report in question, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sholmes is...
Yeah, I think Sholmes very much already. Yeah, Sholmes is. I hate to say it, but I think he's smarter than he lets on.
Yeah.
So Sholmes is the most sus besides Strongheart. It's true though.
He really is, though. I was like, these deductions, these absolute bullshit deductions, you just make them up for fun, don't you?
Yeah, I think genuinely
Just
he
to
makes
have a
them up
little fucking
because the
laugh.
world is cold and hard, and his brain would like to be soft.
Yeah, he just wants to
And
fuck
warm.
with people sometimes.
Yes.
Like,
I
Yeah.
think, or I might be completely wrong, and he's actually as stupid as he seems.
depends maybe on how much caffeine he's had.
It's possible. That is also true of me. I am either the most stupid or the smartest person in a room, depending on how much caffeine I've consumed.
Yes.
Sometimes both.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yes, it's strange that there's no time of death noted. I suppose there's a simple explanation. Or perhaps it was a deliberate omission.
Oh dear. If it was deliberate.
Then we can't trust any coroners in the British court ever again.
Do you think?
If it was deliberate, it puts me in mind of the last case we worked on, and Dr. Scythe.
Yeah, well, Mummy isn't here. I'm sad. Anyway, I know. Anyway, it seems that on the day before Lord Van Zeeks discovered his body, Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, so perhaps something happened with them. Come to think of it. You had trouble with those League men too, didn't you, Mr. Sholmes? You were taken in by their trick.
No! Naturally, I wasn't taken in, as you put it. My sleuth-hound interest was merely piqued slightly by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income.
Just stick to your OnlyFans, Sholmes.
Yeah.
And that scent masks the underlying scent of deception, I suppose.
The two criminals in question are the pair we saw being arrested yesterday, aren't they? In Mr. Sholmes' suite, I mean. That's right, Suze. And it was me what took 'em in. Thanks to a tip-off by a good law-abiding citizen.
Indeed. Yours truly.
So it's going to be that pair in the witness stand next, is it? Something doesn't quite make sense to me, though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found, you hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, had you? Why would the inspector have been investigating them?
Well, the likely explanation would be
that Gregson's own sleuth-hound interest was piqued by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. Don't tar him with the same brush as you, Sholmes.
Yes, well. Then there's the whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Van Zieks for some reason.
The Reaper, the Red-Headed League, Inspector Gregson, Lord Van Zieks,
And Kazuma. I feel as though he knew we'd arrive at this point somehow.
Gosh, I think you're right.
What's he really trying to achieve here today?
All the answers will soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellow. The recess will be over very shortly.
Yes, you're right. Kazuma was determined that he should be the one to prosecute this trial. And he was determined that I should take the defense. Just what is it that he's hoping to make me see, I wonder?
Yeah, like Sholmes very much feels like a narrator interacting with the book. Like,
Yeah.
if I didn't know better that this wasn't an isekai, I think that like Sholmes was the fault of Truck Kun.
Fucking hell. Yeah, shit. You're right. Oh, I don't like that. But you're right. I get the feeling we're having a long... Sorry. I get the feeling we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. Are you ready then, Mrs. Arthur?
Yes.
Okay, we didn't get to talk to the witness for a change.
And we didn't for a change, which actually upsets me because
He probably didn't want to talk, if I'm perfectly honest.
I was probably just sitting there
Oh, no,
Oh,
there he
no.
is.
transported into his own book and thus knowing what happens but not able or willing to stop it. Yeah.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Baron Van Zieks, here present, who stands accused of murder. Now then, Prosecutor Asogi,
My lord.
have you summoned the witnesses as requested?
Yes. The two members of the Red-Headed League who planned and carried out the deception. They arrived not long ago from the local prison by police carriage.
Very good. Bailiff, usher the two men into the courtroom. Well, I really thought that was a lady.
These two men are currently being held by the police on suspicion of attempted extortion. You may omit your occupations, but state your names now for the court.
I am Fabien de Rousseau, a descendant of the great de Rousseau family from Nice, en France. And my name is Peppino di Rossi. I am the third son of the great Familia de Rossi, the landowners from Napoli.
Did Van Zieks have to go there then? Yeah, to give us a look at what we're fighting for, I think. I think they just wanted to remind us, look, this man, you don't want to let him down, do you? The two men first became acquainted at a boarding school for European nobility.
Sure, we'll soon.
Those who graduate from Temzik are the future leaders of Europe. But do you have any idea how boring it is to be born with noble blood? Alors, I make it my mission to get the better of the world by employing the little grey cells of my brain. That is all I am trying to do, huh?
So, that's the only reason for this whole grand deception you've been carrying out?
Except, I mean, Poirot was the little grey cells, and E was Belgian, innit? A one from Nice.
Oui, you could say that. Not bad, eh? He has the grand ideals, but the petty plans. This strange combination is the charm of the hilarious brothers.
Is he doing the little Mario animation? I think
he did.
Mario punching a block.
With like the spin and then the
Yeah.
pop, I think.
I think.
See, capo?
Listen to me, Peppino. I have two things to say to you.
Are you about to tell me one of your grandi anecdotes, Viva?
Firstly, I want you to stop calling me this capo. And secondly,
We are not the hilarious brothers. This is serious business. Bello, there it is! The capo's trump card, the forward pro! It is a tip, capo, the furrow and the meaning of your words?
The court has been led to believe that under the banner of the Red-Headed League, you have conspired to swindle money from unsuspecting members of the public. Is this true?
oui, c'est ça.
I'm sorry, I thought they'd give me a break.
I thought so too. It's fine. We'll get to the deep interrogation.
Yeah. And what exactly was the nature of this deception by which you planned to defraud?
Alors, I will explain it.
No, capo, leave it to me! As you see, we both have the vivid red hair, no? At the school, we were teased for this without pity. The capo here, he was many times behind the schoolhouse, crying like the Trevi fountain. Wee! So the dogs, one day the world will respect us redheads. Every night he would bury his head in his pillow.
C'est bien, Peppino, enough! I will explain the rest. The first step was the newspaper advertisement. About 1 week before the plan was put into operation, we listed the same notice in every papier in London.
Yes, we saw that notice. It was this one, I believe. Entitled To the Red-Headed League.
Oui, c'est ça. I am honored that you have seen it.
It states that the only condition for joining the league is having flame-colored hair, and that if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the league, you could receive a weekly income of £4.
On the date specified, red-headed hopefuls gathered in droves at a park specified in the advertisement, and from each person present, this pair took an application fee of 5 shillings.
And with the money, to France! It was a plan most elegant, no?
No, it was most dishonourable. But to be frank, I'm stunned anybody was foolish enough to be taken in by such an obvious trick. The park was described by one witness as choked with red-headed folk, like a Costa's orange barrow. And the day on which all these men gathered to apply was the day before the victim was discovered.
Ah,
Crucially, these two men spoke face to face with every single person present that day.
Oui, I've seen more red-headed people in one day than I will see in the rest of my life.
See, and now every time I see the capo's hair, I feel sick to my stomach.
Anyway, why have we been summoned here today?
sorry?
The date for our trial was not until tomorrow, I was told.
Naturally, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial. They've only been shown this photograph.
Very good. So, Mr. de Rousseau and Mr. de Rossi, You will now give your formal testimony for the court on the subject of the gentleman pictured in this photograph.
Of course. We are always ready to help with the law.
Yes!
And that.
That'd be why they took so long. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is gonna... The man in the photograph.
And yeah.
Tomorrow,
That is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay because the date of their trial was scheduled for tomorrow. So
It's true! Hey! Yeah, I'm sorry, but...
The delay, I do find it interesting how sometimes the delay is worse than others.
Yeah,
it's
sometimes
weird, right?
refreshing a stream can also fix it a bit. I
Yeah,
don't know.
sometimes it makes it worse.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So-
like, yeah.
Me,
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
me, 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 me.
Blame our internet. Blame my new keyboard.
Blame Twitch.
But most of all, blame Twitch.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, blame Twitch.
Yeah.
It's best.
Yeah. Oh,
Hello.
I'm so sorry. So tomorrow, depending on how Pocket's family behaves,
Yeah.
we might start a little bit late again
Yeah.
because they love to
They
delay
do.
us.
Yeah, I have to go over to my mother's house again to help
Yeah.
her put up the Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
And that potentially could take hours.
Yeah.
She's not very good at
No.
letting me leave
No.
on time when I have prior commitments.
Yeah.
So,
So we're like, yeah, I know you got like a thing on, but also...
Yeah, but also I just remembered something that I meant to ask you, and it's going to take 3 hours to talk about, and it's
Yeah.
also 30 minutes before you needed to leave. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. But I mean, I'll try and be back in
Mm.
time. Socket can make dinner so that I don't have to.
Okay, who wants to donate some money so I can...
No.
I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking.
You absolutely
I
are.
can't-
We
we have
have dinner. All you have to do is cut the meat and heat the bread.
Yeah, I know. I can do that. I can warm up soup too.
And warm up a soup.
I can do it.
You are
I'm actually quite capable of cooking.
extremely
I'm just
capable
out
of cooking.
practice.
Yeah.
And this is not even cooking.
It's not.
Um,
It's warming
yes.
and cutting.
So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I really don't think we'll be starting before 8. I'm gonna be realistic. It's not happening.
No, I mean, I think it seems like our current new stream time for Ace Attorney is 8.
Yeah.
Maybe when we finish Ace Attorney, we'll try and get back to 7:30, but currently it seems to be 8.
Yeah, life just made it that way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And maybe we'll get a big chunk of this done because,
Who
yeah,
knows?
then we've got next week.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that it's Christmas, and then after that it's New Year. So we'll
Yeah.
be missing a big chunk of stream.
I really wish we'd be streaming instead of spending time with your I mean,
Yeah,
anyway. That lovely
honestly.
family.
Me too.
It's
My mother just be like, do people really stream on Christmas? Yes. Yes, they do.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Indeed. So, to you.
But
the
it's
honest-
probably for the best that we don't do something as fun and good as Ace Attorney.
no.
over
That would be
Christmas.
horrid.
Because, yeah, if anybody can't make it, that sucks, actually. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for coming to our stream.
Indeed.
Don't forget, keep the cart in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the firecracker in your cart.
Yeah.
Don't tie them to candles. It's a
No.
really bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Always follow the Cobalt motto. Live, laugh, loot, objection. And until next time, we hope you all be well. Good night.
Good night.